All right, back like we never left. BDA, and I'm here with Froob and shit. The stream should be Froob and Ashura. Part two of the one.
AKA World Breaker.
God.
Yo, we
Froob,
have to see
World
our names, man. Complete.
Froob and the World Break. You know, Ashura, I see you in like a lot of comment sections, bro. I didn't realize how many comment sections you occupy,
Yeah.
especially manga mins. As soon as
Oh yeah, comments in his chat. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm everywhere. If I like your video, I'll comment, man.
yeah. Nah, that's good though. That's good though. But do you guys remember where we left off talking about a chapter last week?
I have no clue.
I would have to check your channel for that by the title.
Yeah, I don't remember. We can just let's go over all the
I should
chapters.
just like take comments from the stream or something.
Let's go.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, so
Oh
Arthur
yeah.
Rebirth. He said, "Do you guys hope that Kaido will destroy Luffy's group?"
See,
Kaido.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I can't imagine Luffy losing to Kaido and like getting away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the.
like if he loses to him, he's gonna die.
I
If that makes
mean,
any sense.
it's hard to see Luffy beating Kaido right now, but I'm sure Oda's gonna figure out a way. It's gonna come around to a way where it kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are talking about Eustace Kid and how he's trash now because he lost to Kaido.
I mean,
You know,
One World, he was always saying like what. Like it's kind of funny how he said this back then. He's just saying like Luffy might have like a counter to Kaido, kind of like how Enel did.
yeah,
Because we see now that Kaido has like a giant club. You know, like kind of like remember how in Alvida smacked Luffy with the club? It could be something similar to that.
yeah.
Oh,
Obviously,
that,
we know Kaido has hockey, but it's
yeah,
still like
that's the thing. The club can be the club won't do well. It'll hurt Luffy. His body won't do anything because he's got hockey. Hockey
we
negates the devil fruit power.
still in a drawn-out fight. Like if you can't use hockey anymore, it's a big advantage for Luffy.
If you can't, yeah, yeah. It's just with Kaido right now. It's like we still haven't seen the other two calamities, right? And I wonder if we see that one calamity go pick up Jack. We see another calamity actually go to the reverie, or not even reverie, the Cake Island, because I
Hmm.
feel like each of the Yonko they're gonna have somebody just there just to see what's going on, you know.
Well, the
And
thing about that is, I don't think that there's gonna be two calamities at so because there's not enough people there to fight the
like somebody to
calamity.
go get Jack though, to get Jack.
Well, yeah, I know, but I feel like that would probably be like Apu or Hawkins, one of those
You
two.
think so?
Yeah,
Or
No,
Drake?
probably his
yeah,
men.
or that's what I meant to
Probably
say, Apu or Drake. Yeah.
probably. Oh, I think it's gonna be like Jack's own men because they've got to be someone must survive underwater. I don't think they're all specifically devil fruits. I bet there are some that haven't even eaten a devil fruit yet within the crew.
Well, the thing
Um,
is, everyone fucking died because they weren't durable enough to.
They're not dead, man. I bet they got smashed like pretty hard down the water, but I don't think they went deep. Like Jack went deep.
you know what's cool is how Kaido said he wanted a whole Zoan Devil Fruit army,
Hmm. Oh
whereas
yeah.
like
Keep going.
I feel like there are other members of his crew that aren't Zoans, so he's
No, that's
trying.
what I was gonna say. Was that? Well, he said an all devil fruit army. He never said anything about zone devil fruits.
Yeah, that's true. He did say all Devil Fruit, so it's
That's
like.
what I was just about to ask. Was that a mistranslation?
But the
No,
thing is, based on what we say, it's like all he was getting was a smile, and a smile of like Zoans.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because its smile is just one specific devil fruit. So
But he could have other users.
no, because he wants just Zoans. Like he said it. Long said it himself. Like he was amassing an army of Zoan devil fruit users. So him saying, "Oh, my dream of having a devil fruit, devil fruit pirate ship with use bunch of users with pirate ship with devil fruit powers," doesn't mean that it has to be they need paramecia, they need logias. It would probably mean that he wants what his dream was a bunch of zones on the chip.
Yeah, but we don't know that he just like he could just be using mainly zones because like they're the easiest to get.
The smile, yeah, he had access to the smile. So we never know with that. They were saying Light Bro Studio. I feel like Kid is in trash. Kaido's just a beast. I agree. What's
Yeah,
going
I
on,
mean,
Pastor?
anyone who thinks Kid's trash because he lost to Kaido is a retard.
Yeah. Do you think
Well,
Luffy could beat Jack as he is now? I don't know.
I don't think he's totally trash, but I think he's trash right now because Kid has always been cocky that
How's
he
he
can beat.
trash, Asha?
No, I'm saying that he can feel. You could say he's trash right now because but he just went down because Kid has always been cocky as if he can just beat anyone that comes in his path. Because I was always fine to be cocky. You could say this was his lesson right there. You think you can take down a Yonko, and what happens? You got your blood smattered against the wall.
I mean, he didn't really think he could take down a Yonko. He kind of just got dropped on.
Yeah, it kind of fell in his lap. Like he was just there. I mean, not by
Maybe,
himself though. He knew like he needed an alliance, so that's why Killer employed like Hawkins and Apu, and then Apu switched sides apparently. So it's like at that point it was just overwhelming. I don't think it was a one shot. I don't think that. A lot of people are saying he got one shotted, which I don't like. Come on.
to me, it's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson, man. Don't think you can just reach the top just like that.
I mean, Luffy had to go through it. I
Well,
mean, I feel like Kid has gone through enough with his like. I mean, he lost an arm, so he tussled with somebody already. So I don't feel like he's. It's just a setback. It's like he lost to a Yonko. It's just. I don't think that's. This is one of those L's that's just like, all right, bro. You're just gonna take them from time to time.
do you remember when he was getting hyped up by Tamago on Fishman Island, and people were like so fucking happy. All the kid fans, they were happy. He was fucking up with a Yonko. He messing with Big Mom, and like you could see when you see Kid, he's all happy that he's doing it. He's all happy like he's messing with the Yonko. But now he just got wrecked. Now he's gonna be cautious.
It's a Yonko though,
He's gonna
bro.
be
And
cautious. He's
then
not gonna be all cocky anymore. Kaido just showed him that.
what? He's still gonna be cocky.
He's not gonna be cocky
Even
anymore
after he lost his arm, he was still cocky. Why would he change up now?
because he just got the biggest L, man. You could see his face right now when he said his name, Captain uses kid. Like there's that like dot 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 and then an exclamation mark.
Yeah. I
Yo,
mean, I think Kaido is just trying to send a message or let him know, like, this is one of the somebody from your generation, and I have him captured. You
I
know?
guess now that we know that Kid was actually captured, do you guys think that like Apu betrayed him the whole time, or it was more of a thing to where like Apu just went with Kaido after he dropped down?
I think he went on his knees.
'Cause I still
Mm,
think he was with him the whole time.
it could, yeah.
It could be one of those like
Wait, say that again.
it could be one of those like either he was with Kaido well since the time skip, no before the time skip,
Yeah.
and it could be that he just dropped on his knees afterwards.
I mean, that's possible. Let me see what this.
I don't have a hate for Kid, man. I'm just saying he's too cocky.
What's
He
wrong
got
with that?
me.
That's his personality.
Okay, well, I don't understand why you're saying that because I don't even remember really anything that he said that would really make him cocky. I mean, he's like an evil person, but
Well,
he never
I
really
see
said
what
anything
you're
that
talking
make him
about. Like
cocky.
him saying like he's gonna well, him going after Big Mom. Like anybody knows you don't go after a Yonko. It's suicide.
Well,
He tries to go after Big Mom, and he gets a few successes because he's taking out fodder ships. And then
how,
then he says, "I'm going after Shanks now. Our true target is Shanks."
Yeah, but in the same sense, you could say Luffy's cocky.
yeah, how do you get to the top if you don't challenge the best?
Like Luffy's doing the same exact thing.
Luffy's gonna get his L too.
But I'm saying it's like you want to be the best, you're gonna have to go against the best eventually. I don't think that's cocky. That's just ambitious. That's what I think. I mean, granted, Kid's personality is kind of like I don't know. He's confident and like Froop said, an evil person. But I don't. I think he has to be that way if he wants to be, king of the pirates. You have to be somewhat arrogant. It's like you can't be this passive person that just waits. you know, for it to come to you. You got to go get it.
Could also be linked to Conqueror's Hockey.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do you think Killer is going to Whole Cake Island?
Yes.
Yes.
How would he know Luffy's going there?
Hmm?
How would he know Luffy's going there? Like we saw there like these lighthouse, well not really no lighthouse, like they have these command posts like in the around the Cake Islands. These tiny command posts where if you go there, they'll shoot you.
Well, the thing is me and Brago think that Killer is related to the Vince Smoke family, so that's why he would be there.
But I don't think like Big Mom would care about that since he's part of Kid's crew and they've been like taking down Big Mom's their partners. He's been taking them out. He's part of the crew, so why would there be like an exception just because you're part of the Vent Smoke?
I mean,
Because I
you
would
might
still
not
have
know that. Oh, actually, never mind.
yeah, because I would have a grudge against you whether or not I was partnered with your brother, but you're still fucking up my shit. It still wouldn't make that go away.
Hmm. I mean, I don't know. That's hard to say. So if Doflamingo is fodder for Kaido,
Well,
uh,
he's a Yonko.
he just said he was too weak. I mean, it's just like when somebody loses, that's the first thing they say. Oh, he was too weak. I mean, obviously, but I don't know. It's just like I mean, the same Kid clearly got one shotted. If Kid is getting one shotted at this point, then how can Luffy go against Kaido?
Yeah. Even if you
Uh,
guys think that Luffy or Kid is like a large margin stronger than Luffy, he's still not that much stronger than Luffy.
uh, I think when Kid is in personality, I think Kid is just like it's kind of like Jack in a way, where Jack is basically his bounty is based on cruelty. Same way with Kid
Well,
says that.
this is the way I think about it. If Kid is at most as strong, or at least as strong as Law, so like, if he's as strong as Law, then like, I don't understand why people can say that he's just shit tier. He has to be at least around Law's level.
A lot of people think Law is weak too, which is crazy.
Law's not weak, man. Law could have taken down what's his name, Pika if he wanted to.
Pika, yeah, I mean, Law could have taken out any of Doflamingo's subordinates. The whole thing with Doflamingo, though, I don't think he was himself versus Dofi. Like that was personal. So I think like a lot of things he was doing, it was just like it wasn't. Dofi could read him easily because he was being so emotional. But a lot of people feel like Law isn't that strong because of what happened versus Doflamingo, and I
Hey
don't
guys,
understand it. What's up, Usef?
Yo,
thanks for inviting me, man.
No problem. We were just talking about the I guess the power scaling because a lot of people feels like they feel like Kid got one shotted by Kaido.
I I don't. I think that maybe um, as soon as Basil Hawkins and Apu saw Kaido coming in, I'm pretty sure they just turned right to his side, which kind of gave Kid no option. And I've
Yeah,
heard some people saying that Killer might have just gone over to Kaido as like a strategical move, so that maybe later on he could break Kid out of jail, like he pretends to be
oh,
with Kaido.
Yeah, I could see that since Kid was no not Kid the Killer was the one that wanted that was the mediator between the three when they wanted to break the alliance apart.
the
So I
thing
could
is,
see.
I think about the pride of like these pirates. It's one of those things like if somebody captured Luffy, Zoro would not work on that person to get him out. I know
Yeah,
Killer and Zoro are different, but it's just like I feel like it's a pride thing. Like I'm not
Well,
gonna
yeah, but
no,
would
but
Sanji do it? You think?
yeah, that's
'Cause
what I
I
was
think
gonna
Killer's
say.
more like Sanji than anything.
Yeah,
would
because
Sanji
he's
do
very
it? Mm, I don't think so. Like you
I
just
think it's
knocked
pretty
out my
close for that one.
like you just I don't know. Like you rather I think they'd rather die like than to work under that person.
Yeah, but
the
if it's the
cap.
only way to get the captain out,
I think the captains are the ones with prize, but the sub captains and the ones under the sub captain, I think they don't have prides. Their goal is just to get their captain back.
Right. So you're gonna work under this person and
Yeah,
then try to figure
I
out a
think they
way
would.
to.
I think
Mm,
they would. Because if you remember the Sabaody when they were going out against the Marines, where Kid says, you guys can stay inside, I'll handle the Marines myself, and the three of them went outside because they didn't care. They told the other ones to stay inside, and Nami commented that they're all full of themselves, that they're just stupid. They're just they don't have no confidence in the crew itself.
what I'm thinking is, it's like the only way Killer would do that is if he said he'd let Kid get away, but Kid is locked up. So why would you go work on him as well?
Uh,
That's what I'm saying. So Kaido will let Kid free now.
I mean, the thing about it is like it's probably a pretty good theory because I think if Killer was locked up, we would have saw him in there too. So I don't think Killer's locked up.
I mean, I don't think he's locked up. I mean, working on the
No,
Kaido.
well, he's locked up because it's a jail cell.
No, Killer.
Oh, okay, killer.
Do you think Kaido is like, okay, you guys swear allegiance, or I'm gonna lock you up,
That's that's what everyone said, but I don't know. It's hard to
and then
say.
Kid is like, all right, nah, we're not doing that. But Killer's like, okay. Yeah, I don't
Here's
know.
a. I think what happened is what we saw in this chapter. He went down and he got a mood swing where he fell. Says, "Oh shit, I'm not die. I didn't die," and he starts crying, and then he starts drinking,
Yeah.
and then he forgets Kid and the crew are in front of him. He starts waiting on them with a fucking club.
Uh, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Do it. Is it Kid is the man, strongest supernova.
I could see
Yo,
it.
Flash is in the chat.
I wouldn't go strongest. I would say cruelest.
Is it clueless?
Cruelest.
You know,
Cruelest.
possibly.
Well, since he is it was stated by Shaki that the reason why his bounty is higher than Luffy is that he's a cruel person. He's basically killed people along the way to get where he's gotten. Luffy, however,
Whoa.
is.
No, just because he's killed people doesn't mean he's not strong.
I'm not saying strong. I'm saying he's cruel.
But the thing is, we don't know everything about the other supernovas to say that, though. We don't know everything that Killer has done.
Oh yeah, do you guys know that there's no One Piece chapter this week? Because Golden Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of Jump is on break.
Yeah, it's right on Otis. Like,
Yeah, Golden Week.
Yeah. Oh, I think Golden Week is like when people get Friday and Monday off, so it's kind of like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's kind of like a holiday. I don't really know.
No, I think it's the entire week they got it off.
It might be. I don't really mind because literally all the Jump manga are really hype. So I'm just gonna let like the hype build. It's really, and manga can need a break. It's an eventuality that has to happen.
yeah.
Well, it's not all bad though. Like if you don't get your One Piece chapter this week, there's always the anime coming up.
Oh yeah, Kaido.
Yeah.
Kaido hype. That's coming up.
So
That should be awesome.
yeah,
Can't wait to see what he looks like in the anime.
I think
Yeah,
it's
if
probably
you wrote a preview of him, and he, I mean, it's pretty epic.
Like
I
the tattoo on his arm is like the same shade of the tattoo that was on In's. Like I don't know. It's like that dragon tattoo that we always see everyone have.
Which
The
one?
same color.
You mean on Dragon's Boat?
What?
Is what?
You mean the dragon on Dragon's Boat the same tattoo as Kaido?
Nah, never mind. It's like one of the guys in Shink's crew has it, and then Gin from Baratier has the same tattoo. It's like a dragon. I don't know.
I do think they said how will Kid find Luffy? Wait, I do think that Kid, Luffy, and Law do like team up and to go against Kaido.
Oh, like Sabaody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought of that as well. That'd be really cool.
yeah. I feel like we see that again. I know Kid is not gonna be, receptive to that. He's gonna be like, oh my god, I don't want to work with these guys.
Yeah, it's only like a short time period thing, I think.
That's what I realized when it came to part one. The difference between part one and part two, because part one is that Luffy was the one taking down the main boss. He had 2 L's each time, and then he beats him the third time. But in part two, it seems like after they kicked Caesar, it seems like no, now it became a team effort to take down Doflamingo. It wasn't just Luffy. People keep saying that Luffy beat Doflamingo, but that was a team effort. They ganged up on Doflamingo to take him down. And Kaido, the Yonkos, the fact that they're powerful than the Marines themselves, I think that's what's gonna happen. The 4 Yonko arc is just gonna be a team up against them, and people are gonna say it's Luffy that beat them all.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get there. But no, they're all gonna get credit. They're all gonna get credit because I feel like if you get Kid
No,
Law, Luffy, they're all gonna probably have their own
Yeah, they're
fight.
gonna be known as the brats that fucking took down a
no, I'm not
Yonko.
saying. I'm not saying in the One Piece world. I'm talking about in the fan base.
Oh, okay.
Luffy's gonna get credit for killing Kaido, and then he's gonna automatically be stronger than Kid because took down Kaido.
No, I'm saying like look how the fan base went when Luffy took down Doflamingo. Everyone said that yes, Luffy took down a Shichibukai. He took down Doflamingo, but that was a team effort. It wasn't
Yeah.
just him, Luffy, just Luffy going in there.
Yeah, but Luffy gets a lot of criticism because a lot of people feels like Doflamingo is still like stronger than him. People still say that.
Yeah,
He is
I'd probably
still
say Doffy is stronger.
Yeah.
He is still stronger. If Luffy could master the Gear 4 completely with no taxation, just like it was before that with 2 and 3, 2 and 3 doesn't affect him anymore. If he did the same thing for 4th, he could have beat Doflamingo.
Yeah, it's just the time limit. And Doflamingo as a fighter, I think he's just better. It's like I just feel like he's just better as a fighter. I mean, he had a lot of help. Luffy did have a lot of help, but I think Dofi's still a beast. And Kaido is kind of saying Dofi was just too weak, you know. But it's like I think somebody said that all the supernovas together isn't enough for Kaido.
It's just retarded.
All of them really? Let's exclude like what's his name, Blackbeard. But
Frogger. Oh,
it's
God.
like you have Luffy, Law, Kid, Killer, Zoro, Apu, Hawkins, Bonnie. You think all of those guys, Kaido's gonna beat all of them?
Who is this?
They said Dofi had a lot of help. Versus Luffy?
Let's not fucking get into that.
Luffy against Luffy? No. Luffy against Luffy, yes.
He didn't have any help against Luffy. I mean, you talking about like Luffy Bellamy? I guess.
Like the only person he one-shotted by himself was basically Bellamy for a second time in a row.
He said, dude called Warlords Little Pirate Games. Y'all better get real. I mean, it's Little Pirate Games, but it's like he's still underestimating them. It's like because he can say the Shichibukai are weak, but we all think Mihawk is Yonko level.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think it's like and then again you can't just base as far as the levels of the Shichibukai, all of them aren't on the same level. So maybe like I said, he fought against Moria. Moria is now a Shichibukai or was a Shichibukai, so he's like basing it off that.
Mario was garbage. Yeah, he was garbage.
Frogger. Do you know Joy Boy? Joy Boy, like the theorist. I think he has like 500 subs. Do you mind if he like could come into the stream?
I don't know who that is. What's his channel?
Should I link it to you?
Yeah. Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yo. The guy with the whatever.
You said, can 10 hamsters beat a lion? Whoa, you call this? You call it? No, that's not a great analogy. You can't. They're not hamsters.
Okay, 10 hamsters, the supernovas.
They're not hamsters.
I wouldn't say 10 hamsters being a lion. I would say 10 hamsters beat a dragon. No.
That's worse.
Yo,
What do you mean?
Because we don't know what his devil fruits is, so I'm gonna assume since the dragon tattoo is basically the most prominent thing we see on him.
Oh my.
It's an analogy. We don't literally think he's a lion.
Yeah, that's not being.
No, I know what he meant, man. I know what he meant. I'm just saying, bro.
What are you
Like,
talking about a dragon tattoo for?
because to me, when I see Kaido, that's the first thing I see, man. Kaido there. I don't think what he's gonna do. I don't know, man. He's got mood swings. That's the only thing I can say, man.
You say he's got mood swings.
He's got mood swing. He's a drunk.
Wait, so it's not like Luffy fought in a tournament earlier that day, but whatever. He basically let Bellamy wail on him. Not to mention running around Dressrosa constantly having to fight executives.
I hate this I hate the argument of if Luffy is stronger than Doflamingo. It never ends up with a well.
Yeah, it never ends.
Who
It never
won?
ends.
That's the question. Who won? Who won the fight?
Oh, come on, Fifth Son, man. You're not gonna say you're not gonna say Luffy's stronger than Doflamingo just because they hammered Doflamingo so hard.
Well, what I could say is that the Luffy versus Kid hype is gone. Kid
It's
is over
gone?
with. Say bye to Kid.
What?
He's not gonna fight Luffy. He's gonna beg for Luffy's help. Please save me.
Oh.
I don't think so, Fifth Son. I might think Killer might do it because Killer is basically the strategist and slash mediator of the crew, or the most what's the word I'm looking for?
No,
Uh,
Killer's the strategist.
sensible of the crew.
Now we could say based on like the interest of Kaido, somebody set him up, and most likely it was the music teeth guy, the dude with the music teeth.
Pooh.
Yeah, Apu.
Yeah, Pooh.
I mean,
We could most likely say some people died there. Some people died based on us seeing that nigga.
but would Luffy have a chance against Kaido and Apu?
Luffy have a chance. Hell,
Luffy
not
might
by
have a
himself.
chance against Apu itself.
But
But
Apu, Luffy versus Apu, obviously Luffy
No,
could put hands
Apu
on
and
Apu.
Kaido, because Apu switched sides apparently. So Apu
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Kaido against like Luffy.
But if it's just Apu like going to see what's wrong with Jack and Luffy intersect meet up with him, Luffy will wash Apu easily.
No, but I'm saying
That's-
Kaido was right there.
But Kaido's not with Apu though. Apu was somewhere else.
No, I'm talking about when Kaido dropped in front of Apu, Hawkins, and Kid. At that point, like I'm sure either Apu was already working with Kaido or he switched then.
I think he was already working with him. That's what I think. It's like it's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what he's trying to
hard.
say. Okay, if if Kaido and Apu dropped in front of Luffy right now, could Luffy beat both of them?
Obviously not.
It's gonna be
Obviously,
the
it's gonna
same
be
result.
one-sided.
Right,
Yeah,
so
it's
how
gonna be
can we say
one-sided. Yeah.
yeah, so we can't say the hype is gone because he lost to a Yonko. That's what I'm saying.
It was more than one Superman over there though. It was Killer, it was Kid,
I mean,
and
even
it
then, we
was
still don't know if Hawkins was on their side or not, whose side Hawkins was on.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Say Luffy's stronger than Kid big time. I don't know how we can say that.
based on all that blood, I don't know.
I thumbs
Listen,
up
man,
that decision.
There's too much fanboyism in
Yeah.
anime.
Gear fourth would crush Kid. How? We don't even know what.
I'm trolling obviously. I'm obviously
Yeah.
trolling because I'm 100% Brook fan. I think Brook could be everybody.
I forgot that one.
Based on watching that gameplay with Brago and those other Ozaru, my goodness. Oh my goodness. That dude was
Brago got one-shotted by Brook?
No, I did not.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true.
Me and Brago had a pretty high match.
Yo,
Well,
Brago, don't forget, you promised to put the
one-shotted
video
Brago,
up.
then I believe in your theory.
I came back on Brago.
Stop. Hey, listen, yo. Listen. I slipped up that one.
You promised to put the video up, and I was waiting for it.
I wanted to build your confidence. That's
He's gonna say he can't read Japanese.
Yeah, right, bro. All you do is you just spam that fucking flame attack.
you run into my he can every time.
Dude, I don't know how to deal with it yet, man. I'm trash.
But no, like they said Kid couldn't even handle Gear Third. Cody's trolling.
He's always trolling.
Gear Third, really? Nah, Kid is gonna have something that could combat Gear 4. Like Gear 4 is like
No. He can't have nothing to combat Gear. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but based on him beating Doflamingo's the godly strings, that's pure armor. He have nothing to beat that. What he's gonna do? He's gonna magnetize it. He have nothing to beat it. No sword could go through Luffy. Based on what we seen with Doflamingo, nothing he has to combat Gear Forth. Nothing.
Really?
Oh, you're kind of
Okay,
wrong.
here's the thing. We have absolutely nothing to know how strong Kid is. Absolutely nothing. There's no power level scaling that we could possibly use to
Based
figure out how strong
based
Kid is.
based on what we
But one
know
thing
of
that
him right now. Based
No,
on what we know of him right
Yeah,
now.
but what we know of
What
him right now means nothing. All we know is that he lost to Kaido, so that's not a good enough.
what I'm saying, what objects or items do he have based on his power? It's magnetism. That's nothing. What he do is
Magnetism is pretty sick.
what could he do to injure Luffy weapon wise? Nothing.
Okay, but the thing you have to realize is that literally we don't know if he has hockey whatsoever. He could have
You can have
Conqueror's. He could have
can have
Conqueror's
hockey.
hockey. We don't know what he has. And on top of that, he's supposed to be Luffy's rival, so there's no way that he could just be way weaker than Luffy. What the? There's
Who
not.
made
It's not
this,
even.
who made this up? Who said that's supposed to be Luffy's rival? Who made this up?
The Supernovas are all rivals.
No, that's not true because I see Law working with Luffy.
I mean,
I
Law
see Law.
Yeah, this is
I see
temporary
Law.
They're still
alliance.
rivals.
They don't all have to be rivals. The top 3 supernovas could be friends. Bonnie could probably be the rival.
The Blackbeard is not Luffy's rival. No, Blackbeard is on
Yeah.
another level. That's not his rival.
Well,
I think
no-
Bonnie.
Wait,
I think
I thought-
Bonnie's the
I thought-
rival.
I thought anyone that wanted the One Piece is considered a contender and a rival.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I mean, that's
Good way
true.
to put it. That's a good way to put it.
That's true. I mean, Law's. I don't know what Law's intentions are at this point, because at first it was to take down Doflamingo, another Kaido thing. I know that Kid is definitely not Luffy's friend. Like he.
How do we know that though? How do we all thought Law Kid was
Because he
supposed
said it.
we all thought they were supposed to be enemies or rivals, and look what Law did. He saved Luffy, and
No,
how we
Kid
know
said next time we work together, I'm gonna kill you. Next time I see him, I'm gonna kill you.
and how do we know that Luffy is gonna save Law Kid and Kid's gonna become his best friend? How do we know that?
Best friend.
How do we know that? Anything can happen. How don't we know that?
What would be the point of Kid becoming Luffy's best friend? So he's gonna be like Law.
For payback wise, he could probably team up with Luffy and Law to take on
No
Kaido
way.
for payback.
No.
Here's the thing: when I said that he is cocky, the Devil Egg Sanji says Kick didn't need 2-year time skip to handle the new world. Isn't that cockiness in itself?
Kid doesn't need 2-year time skip.
He didn't need a 2-year time skip to go train to learn hockey.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, you don't even know if Kid trained or not in the New World himself. How would you know he didn't train himself?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he got training.
Plus, on top of that, like, Luffy went through the entire Grand Line without, like, really training whatsoever. Like,
Exactly. He
Or
was just having
he
fun.
did train.
He was
He
just
did
having
train.
fun.
He did train. He trained for just one thing, the pistol, and the rest of them just came on after just spontaneously.
that's when he was a kid. I'm talking about through the entire Grand Line.
No.
All he did was fight people. That's exactly
Yeah,
what Kid did, too.
Mock fights are training. Mock fights is training. Like fighting people like on not a daily basis, like in general, mock fights, like picking a fight with somebody, that's practically training.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why we think Kid is weak because he didn't go on 2-year hiatus.
I never said Kid was not weak. I'm saying that can we like at least throw this Kid versus Luffy hype down a little bit at least?
Wow.
Because
I don't see a reason to.
How don't we know that it, like somebody, let's say Killer or somebody,
He lost to a Yonko.
it was him and somebody else. How
Wait,
we know?
Luffy,
How we know? Yeah,
Luffy got wrecked by like Blackbeard when he attacked him.
wreck.
That was
Oh,
pre-time skip.
let's not say wreck. Okay, let's not say wreck.
You
And
think
plus,
Luffy had a chance?
And plus, and Impact Down didn't what's him called Luffy? He survived death. Don't
That
that
was thanks to
Wait a
Ivanka.
doesn't
I'll correct you on 2 things. What you said, Fifth Son. One, he did get wrecked by Blackbeard because just
wreck?
like
Come on, wreck.
wrecked. No. Yes, he did get wrecked by a one punch, which him and Ace got the same treatment where he almost broke their necks. If they didn't have some kind of superhuman endurance, they would have died. Second of all, the poison thing.
What about the punch Luffy gave?
Gave who? Blackbeard?
Yeah, what about that
Didn't do
punch?
anything.
Blackbeard got the same. He got the same amount of hurt
Blackbeard's
Luffy got.
body is basically resilient. He can take hits. Like he got a cleave from Whitebeard, and you didn't see a damn cut on him.
I mean, let's be honest here. If Luffy actually fought Blackbeard in that Impel Down scene, he was getting one shot.
Yeah, he did. He got one-shotted.
Oh my god!
That's the reason why they didn't fight.
Hold on. My heart's beating right now. I'm about to put on my straw hat because I gotta protect Luffy.
Here we go.
You mean to tell me?
Okay,
you mean
so
to tell me?
no,
Wait a minute.
right now I have 100%. Like, it's not even close. Like, okay, Shiryu and Magellan are on the same level, and Shiryu is still weaker than Blackbeard, and Luffy got shit on by Magellan completely, not even close.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Didn't
Okay,
Magellan
so
also shit on Luffy?
If
I mean,
Blackbeard is on another level of Shiryu, then Blackbeard's just shitting on Luffy, no questions asked.
Hold on, you said Blackbeard's on another level?
Yeah.
Hold on, what about that one shot Magellan gave the whole Blackbeard squad?
Exactly.
What about that?
That one was like a curveball. They didn't see that coming.
And
They
that
already
part,
said that was-
the
They already
same
said it was
attack
gonna be
Luffy never been
careless.
hit.
Yeah,
The
well,
same
observation
attack Luffy
method.
never got hit.
How could they have not seen
He
it
did
coming?
get
if
hit
they
by
had
that
observation
attack, and he
method?
almost died, and Luffy got one shot earlier as well. He did get hit by that attack.
Yeah.
How many times Luffy deflected that punch, that attack Magellan used though? He deflected that attack more than
Well, the
once.
thing is, Luffy was like near death. Ivankov and all these other people had to like help
Yeah,
him.
they had to inject him with
Yeah,
something.
'cause he was dead basically. He was.
Yeah,
done.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the thing. Like the injection itself, it caused a form of mutation within Luffy's body that gave him antibodies. That's
They
why.
also shortened its lifespan by like 20 years or something.
No, 10. It took out 10 years out of his life.
Oh yeah, but he
Yeah,
took 2, so it'd be 20 years in total.
No. Ivankov said it, quote, like, if you're talking about the other shot he got on Marineford, that was just a testosterone thing. That wasn't the actual treatment. The one he got, like, he got it once, like 10 years got taken out of his life. The other shot he got, the fingernail thing, that was just the testosterone, where it just took away the pain.
Yeah, adrenaline.
Adrenaline. That was an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm sure that probably is going to affect his lifespan as well.
I doubt it.
No,
adrenaline
because
effect,
basically you're going against your body. You're not feeling the pain that your body is going through.
Yeah,
So
that's the
you're
thing, yeah.
going past your limit. That does affect your lifespan. Like with Law, when he uses his room past his limit, it affects his lifespan. So
Well, it doesn't really affects him at all that much. But he said
not 10 years, but you know.
No, not in years. He said that if he kept using it, he's gonna drop, and he's not gonna be able to move, and Doflamingo might kill him there. But Luffy himself, he was wailing on everybody, like his body was already out. He was
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Why-
The dude,
Do you guys think
literally
Blackbeard
after he
is a
woke up.
coward? Do you guys think Blackbeard is a coward?
Blackbeard.
No, none whatsoever. I think he's a genius.
Blackbeard, he's many things to me.
Genius.
He's
Smart,
many things.
loyal.
He's smart. He's a coward in some ways where you got Akainu coming in. He's got the dark fruit. He's got the Grogu no Mi. He could just crack the ocean, sink Akainu from the boat, man. Akainu wasn't even reaching the island when he saw them. He was looking on the he was looking through a telescope. He saw them from away. He could have just cracked the ocean or something.
Right, but
A ship.
is that cowardly or smart?
No, that's
Smart.
cowardly, man.
It's
No,
not
I think
cowardly.
it's smart.
Oh, I would not. If I saw Akainu coming, he was far away. I would take this advantage to take this guy down from the sea.
But the thing is, what is Blackbeard's goal? What does he want?
Well, he said he wants to take over the world. The typical villain
That's the
thing.
One Piece.
So he wants the One Piece. How do you achieve that by fighting Akainu at that point?
Well,
What's the
take away all the strong dudes
No,
in the world.
Brabo's right. I don't think he
Nah.
could have beaten Akainu right there, but what he's trying to say is, what's the point? Even if he could, what's the point of fighting Akainu? It gives him no step closer
Like,
to
there's
One
no
Piece.
point there fighting Akainu. It's like the same thing of fighting Shanks in Marineford. Like, what is he going to? He has
So-
nothing to prove at
Okay,
that point.
take it like this.
Well,
Take-
but at the same time, he did say we're not ready for Shanks.
We're not ready yet. Exactly. He's not ready. It's like there's no point there. It's like I got what I came for. I'm out. That's it.
okay. So what if he takes out all the big heads of Marineford, including I'm gonna stretch it, the Gorosei? He takes them all out,
In time.
and all that's left are just pirates, criminals should just roam the seas. And then he says, "Yo, I took out the Marines. There's nobody to stand against you. Come under me." every pirate will go under Whitebeard. No, Blackbeard.
If he takes out the Marines, so he
Takes
takes
them
out
out.
the
He takes out the
admirals.
big dudes, like the big dudes from the Marines. Gorosei, he takes them out, and every pirate will be under him. Every pirate will say, "Yo, Blackbeard's the man. Let's go under this guy." Then
That's
you have
That would be smart,
How could
but
that
I don't think the other countries will allow that.
well, they can't
They
do
don't forget-
anything now. They won't be able to do anything.
Nah, some countries got military power.
They got
No,
military
the
power,
thing
but they're
is-
getting wrecked.
Blackbeard takes out the Gurseid, and all the other pirates go under Blackbeard.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other Yonkos, so why wouldn't some other pirates go under them to oppose Blackbeard?
Well, isn't that how it is in One Piece? Every time some big pirate does something, let's say, remember Impel Down, where there was these other guys in level 6. They're saying, "Yo, bring us to Marineford. I gotta score to settle with Blackbeard.
Mhm.
I gotta score to settle with him. Bring us, no, not Blackbeard, Whitebeard. Bring us there. I want to kill him."
Some guy said I'm losing brain cells.
I'm kind of lost, honestly. Wait, hold on. Someone said Usopp would destroy Black. All right, troll.
Yeah.
This is an interesting point. AFT just tweeted out, "I have a spooky feeling we'll see Shanks soon." What do you guys
I
think of that?
mean, I don't think it's that far fetched. We haven't seen him at all. We saw all the other Yonkos and what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, we have to see him soon. The
It's like-
question
I think we'll see
Yeah.
Big Mom soon as well. Like,
I
as a
think
reveal at the end of one of the chapters.
The thing is, we saw like what's going
Yeah, I
on.
think we'll see it.
Like at some point, like we're gonna see Shanks. Like I think we're gonna probably have a full chapter of Shanks, like everything that he's been doing. Because
Hopefully.
we got Blackbeard, we got Big Mom, and we got Kaido.
I mean, we have to remember the saga's called For Yonko, so he's
Yeah.
coming up somewhere.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. That's
Yeah,
what
we
I
I'm
just have
waiting
no
for.
idea what the man is doing. Like I can't picture what the fuck what he's up to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just like what is your purpose at this point? Like, what are you doing?
I think he's getting everything ready for Brooke. That's what I think.
Oh my god. Hopefully Brooke dies at hopefully he gets eaten by Big Mom.
Getting everything ready for Brooke.
Hopefully that happens. Because
I think Brooke is gonna have like literally a 2-chapter story just about him. Just about him, how he know about, the what is it called, the 66?
German 66.
Yeah, I think he knows some information on that. He probably know Dragon too. We never know, man. I'm just waiting.
I mean, Super is really old. That's
Yeah, exactly. Brooke's been around forever.
Ever since this Zo arc started, Brooke was opening his mouth about the Germa 66 or family, or Sanji's family, and now Oda just shut his mouth completely.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to build
Yeah.
up suspense.
Yeah,
yeah, I
man,
mean, he
I know.
talked about the Blackbeard and Dragon thing a couple chapters back. Like, and now he just he just got around to it. So I feel like maybe he gets around to it. I don't know. But Oda does this all the time, though. Like,
Well,
that's,
what you think about this recent chapter, though? I don't think have I spoken about that. What you think about the recent chapter?
yeah, that's how we got into the whole Kaido thing because we were talking about Kid and how Kid is now trash because he lost to Yonko.
I'm not saying trash. I'm just saying just throw down the hype to Luffy versus.
Why? I don't
Kid.
think any hype should be taken away from him because he lost to Yonko.
But because he's in a submissive role right now. He
Well, that's like
needs help.
saying
He
Law
needs help.
is not hyped up because he got captured by Doflamingo.
He
Yeah.
did. Law got captured by Doflamingo. When?
I mean, the start he got wrecked by Doflamingo at the
Okay.
start of the arc.
And
About
losing
that-
to Kaido isn't even as bad as losing to Dofi.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Could
like
you,
kind of
okay,
another.
could you say Fruit? Could you say that Law is garbage since he got caught the same way by by Doflamingo
No, I don't think Law is
compared
garbage.
to the Kid part?
What do you
say
mean?
Well, if you compare those, both of them got caught by pirates, right? They both got
Yeah.
caught and tortured. So could you say the same way people are saying that Kid is garbage? Could you say the same thing for Law because he got caught by Doflamingo?
That's exactly what I was saying, but I'm
Right.
trying to say that no one actually says that because that would be retarded.
Didn't Luffy technically get caught by Monet?
Monet. Who is that? Who is that?
The Snow
Oh, the
Girl.
bird. Yeah, the bird. The snowbird. Oh, what about that theory? With she's supposed to join the crew. That theory turned down.
Monet's dead.
People are saying she's alive, man. They're Monet lovers, man. They're saying she's alive.
Her heart got pierced. How?
And man, tell that to the fan base, bro. People are saying she's still alive. There are theories out there on YouTube. She's
Nah,
still
I think
alive.
she's done. I think someone's gonna pick up her fruit though.
No, that's
Yeah.
the thing, yo. Like, she's dead. Doflamingo confirmed it. Her and
Yeah.
Virgo are dead. People
Hey.
are saying they're still alive.
Nah.
What do you guys think of this theory? Yeah, so you know how it was snowing in the last chapter, and well, we kind of don't have any food left. What if the old theory is coming back up again with how Monet's devil fruit is one of the oranges on Nami's ship, and since they're all starving, they kind of turn to that, and maybe Carrot or someone eats the fruit.
I'll be perplexed if the fruit is an orange. We don't know what it
Yeah.
was before.
Yeah.
Well, a tangerine or whatever's on Nami's street.
Tangerine and orange would be the same thing.
Does it turn into the actual fruit? Like,
So that's the thing. Like, some devil fruits have their origins from another fruit. We don't know if it's an orange.
It could be a tomato.
Exactly.
does it have
Could
to
be
be
any-
actual? I don't know.
Like Wano Kuni's devil fruit was an apple.
Yeah, but
Do we know if devil fruits like change how they look based on the tree?
A vegetable devil fruit.
Yeah, it's like we don't know if it could change based on the fruit it like goes to.
Yeah, but it's called a devil fruit, not a devil vegetable or something.
What do you mean?
No, he said something about tomato. Like, tomato is a vegetable.
Hey, it's the first vegetable fruit ever created.
It's a vet, huh?
It's the first vegetable fruit ever created.
The first vegetable.
Bro, what is wrong with you guys?
No, yo, I was hearing that Kaido, because of his whole emotion, he takes a hit as far as his strength because of how.
Dude, that's just his gag, man. People are so retarded.
Yeah, like Kaido's emotional now. He's weak. You guys think about that?
Hey guys,
I
you
think-
know about God, yeah.
I think my fault, bro. I think it made his personality like Luffy. You know, when Luffy is hungry, he acts stupid, or dramatic. But when Kaido, he's drunk. He's like a clown. I don't like that. I don't like the happy-go-lucky pirate. I wanted to just straight evil. That's why I like it. But they gave him a happy personality. But
I mean, I think it's alright. I mean, it goes with One Piece. Like everybody has their gag. Like they have things that they do, and he's just maybe he has different personalities. I don't see anything wrong with that.
because Moria, that's what got me hyped. Because based on what Moria told us, and based on all this secrecy, I thought he was gonna be like this Godzilla of One Piece, but he's not. He's fucking Heko and Jai. He's like a clown and a smart geek.
What?
It turned me down a little bit. That's it. It just turned
I'm
me
not
down.
gonna lie on that one though. When I saw Kaido and he said, "Yo, I bucked my head, man. I guess I don't die." I'm like, "What the fuck? What kind of dialogue is this? Who's saying this shit?" And it turns out it's Kaido.
Yeah, it's a gag. Bumped his head, and I guess it didn't die. I mean, I've been seeing that. Do you guys think that Kaido could be a fishman?
No,
No.
no, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, the Jack reveal was enough.
No, he's not a fishman. Because if he was a fishman, the giveaway would be jagged teeth. Like most fishmen have jagged teeth, unless they are mer people, just fish body. They have the fish lore half. Then they got normal teeth. But this guy's straight on jagged teeth.
Have you ever seen his feet? Right? You haven't seen like his bottom half, right?
Well, he has to have feet, man.
Really?
He might have webbed feet. We don't know.
Because both times we see like his top half, we haven't seen like the bottom. So I don't know. I mean, the fishman thing is a stretch though. It's definitely a stretch.
No, Jack is confirmed with devil fruit. I know, fishman.
Exactly. How can he not be a fishman?
We're talking about Kaido, though,
Oh, Kaido.
right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's talking about Kaido. Yeah, Kaido. It said kids should theoretically be able to control the iron inside someone's blood and kill them from the inside out.
That
Stop it, guys.
Magneto
Stop
shit?
it. Stop it.
Nah, that's some Magneto
Nah,
shit.
Should be OP.
Leave Avatar alone.
Leave Avatar alone.
Leave Avatar alone.
Bloodbending.
Stop.
Because you know what this could be? Because I know like iron deficiency is like something to do with like your blood cells. It doesn't
Yeah.
really like pump blood to get to like gear second and stuff. What if
Yeah.
because he has like an iron dust, right? And that obstructs Luffy from going to his gears. Then what?
You're spreading some Naruto logic right there.
Hmm?
Naruto logic.
No, it's shonen logic.
Naruto.
If that was the case, Crocodile would have did that to Luffy
No,
over
iron.
and over. He would have just threw sand in Luffy body and just leave Luffy
Yeah,
laying
yeah,
on the floor.
Naruto.
If that was the
We're
case.
talking about two completely different powers now.
Same
Sand,
thing. Almost the same thing. Like if this guy, if people have,
How is
if
sand-
Luffy got iron in his body and he can control that, why not just do it in the first place? I don't think he's gonna have some half-ass.
No, this is his progression.
Yeah, what if it's his awakening, man?
Yeah, we like everybody has progressed. Luffy's not the only person that's gotten stronger.
If that was his awakening, if this is going to Naruto, it's going to go to Sakura being able to use some fucking shit we all thought only a Sonic could use.
Wait.
Stuff like this.
Are we saying that's
Ugh.
hacks? Is that hacks?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
just like Sakura. Just
So
like
is
Sakura.
Maul's room hacks?
There's lots of hacks abilities
Is
though in the
Kuma's-
series.
No, but there's no just one shot kill someone instantly.
Is Blackbeard hacks?
No, of course not. No, he's not hacked. He's perfect.
He's perfect.
Bro, this conversation just probably end the stream, bro. This is too much.
Yeah. So we're
Look,
saying this kid.
Look, how we know that Blackbeard could be able to sustain both Devil Fruit powers for a long time? How do we know that? How we know he not be able to, at least just like Luffy, he got a time limit for both Devil Fruits? How we know that? Oda could probably make up something like that. So let's just calm down. Give Blackbeard a 2-minute limit.
The fact that you have
You only
two
can use
devil
that power
fruits
for 2
already.
minutes.
No, you have two of the strongest devil fruits. Like already, your hacks. Like just off the.
Brother, have you seen the chat? It's just blowing up with Pell hate, and one was fighting like on his own. See, my stance on the Pell thing is that he probably did become an awakened Zoan in the time of need, because that is one of like the conditions that needs to be met for an awakened Zoan to come about. And they did say that they have extreme regeneration abilities, so it is possible. But what do you guys think about that?
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but Kizaru, I don't know if he's trolling, but he's not taking any of it.
I mean,
Well,
the whole
I mean-
thing, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone that talks about that shit is just like, I mean, it was kind of retarded for it to happen, but it's like such like a random thing for people to complain about. Like, I didn't even really hear about that. Like when I was reading through One Piece, I didn't give a shit about the Pell thing, but
It
everyone
was
talked
like,
about that.
whatever. It's like, I guess I thought he'd be dead, but maybe he has a purpose, going forward. That's the only reason I go to keep him alive. But
Well, he's the one person I've noticed that people have completely forgotten about him. Like I saw it in the chat, like Caesar. How fucked up is Caesar right now? What's happened to him?
with Caesar, where the
Yeah.
hell is Caesar?
They probably be torturing him with.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we haven't not talked about Caesar in a very long time.
Because look what we've been getting in the chapters, though. Like I feel like the stuff like kind of overshadows Caesar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if they're gonna get out, are they gonna leave Caesar under Big Mom or bring him in? People were saying that he was either joining the Straw Hat crew or he's joining Law's crew.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Caesar joining the crew.
I wouldn't want him on the
Neither do
Straw.
What's wrong with Caesar?
He's a killer. He's a child killer.
Oh god,
They're pirates.
I feel like I get deja vu every single time.
Yeah, it's like he's a killer. I mean, it is what it is, bro. They like
The man drugged little kids though.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
real
thing,
fucked
man.
up.
Drug little kid.
It's real fucked up.
I think Caesar's being
I mean,
tortured.
those kids were annoying, but go ahead.
So he wants them dead. See?
But I mean, I know Cody said this all the time. One world, he says like, at least he gave them candy. Like he tried to do it in a nice way.
Oh, nice. You're slowly poisoning someone.
Give him candy, bro. I mean, I don't think Caesar.
Listen, man, Dr. Vegapunk is gonna save those kids, and no one's gonna care about them anymore.
That's why those kids are gonna be admirals when they get older. Saying They're saying that maybe the world government has like a drug for like Marines with potential, and that's like what they feed to them to increase their strength, and that's why the admirals are so tall. It's like a program, like an admiral program.
Program. I think guys who were lower ranks and they're fucking tall as hell.
Those are the failures.
No.
Those are the ones that just got
Okay.
told.
Ever since One Piece started, man, we've seen lower ranks, like guys who are just scrubbing floors. They're tall as hell. So you say that they were at Kizaru's level and somehow got dropped down so low they're scrubbing floors?
Who are the tallest people we've seen? Doflamingo, pretty tall. The admirals.
Moria.
The
Really,
tallest
everyone
one
is fucking tall if they're an
They're
antagonist.
strong, yeah. I mean, Shanks is normal height.
Yeah,
Black-
Shank normal height. Yeah.
Blackbeard is pretty normal, right?
No,
No.
Blackbeard's fucking huge.
Is he?
Blackbeard's huge. Yeah. Yeah.
How tall is Blackbeard?
I don't know.
Like he,
I can't, maybe I
he's
can't
towering over Luffy, so like,
Yeah.
heavy, like twice the man size at least.
Everybody towers over Luffy.
True, true. I'm just saying, like he's not as tall as like Whitebeard was, but still, he's pretty big.
Says yeah, he's pretty tall. He's pretty tall. Saying Kuma and Moria are tallest non-giants. Yeah, Kuma's pretty tall and Kinnaman's tall as well.
And can we? I remember seeing the theory. Somebody just said, "Oh, Morio's gonna be back." I saw his ship on the the dock.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot who said it. I gotta find that video.
It was during Volume 70, wasn't it? AFT or something.
Mhm. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know if he's with Absalom right now. Some people are saying he is because he disappeared somehow when Doflamingo was trying to kill him. I'm
Yeah.
thinking probably Absalom that just made him invisible and just ran
Oh.
after him.
That's an interesting one. Do you think Absalom is like hiding on maybe Blackbeard's ship, and maybe that's how he got pictures of Boltigo?
No, I'm going with Rago's theory about that. He probably called the Marines. I was thinking about like last week, like if it was Absalom, he would have put his name under there, like Absa, that he's the one that sent it there. But no, I'm thinking Dragon did it. I'm going with Rago's theory.
Yeah, I think
Dragon
Dragon
did
did that.
Yeah, he called the Marines, blew up his base, took everything, because he probably sends Burgess.
He sends many bursts there. It could be like once he got there, he's like, all right, since they already know what this is, it's time to move on. It's time to move to this next plan. Let's call in everybody. Let's have this meeting. We're gonna blow up Baltigo, go to the next place, go to the Reverie, whatever.
Well, blowing up Baltigo, I don't think it was just we're gonna grab the guys and then we're gonna blow it up. I think that the blowing up came afterwards when he probably sensed Burgess.
But I mean, the thing is, it's like if like Burgess sneaks in there, like why not use that to your advantage? Like call the world government and have them go against the Blackbeard pirates because you know that they're probably gonna come there anyway.
But if it did, he did, but it'd be pretty stupid. Like Burgess can't move. Even if he did, like the Marines got ships that are so fast, they'll probably get there before Blackbeard. Or they've got ships around the Grand Line. The Marines are practically everywhere. All they gotta do is call a Marine ship that's around the location where Baltigo is. They're there before Whitebeard.
It's a possibility. Not sure.
Do you guys read the SBS?
No.
No.
I mean, if
There was a mention of like one of the vice admirals that was a woman that could have become an admiral. I think her color was like represented by pink.
so,
Subaru?
No, her name was
There's no
Mimi
woman
Saki.
admiral. There's
Yeah,
no
Mimi-
woman admirals. Let me just throw that down right quick. There's
No,
no
but
woman
in-
admirals.
There isn't, but they said that
Woman,
there was
like-
one that was a contender for an admiral over the time skip.
what was her name?
Interesting.
Mimi Sagi. You can like Google her on like SBS or whatever.
Mumu Sagi?
Yeah, let me Google it as well.
Okay. Mumu Sagi. She's a
Yeah, One
vice
Piece is-
admiral who appeared in the SBS volume 74. And she's a vice admiral, is capable of using hockey, and has command over lower ranking soldiers. She's strong enough to be a candidate to become an admiral, despite ultimately not being selected.
Is this by Oda? Is Oda writing this,
Yeah,
or
it's
just
been
like
it's by Oda.
Yes,
Son is so funny.
that's interesting. Said Chatan asked her. Oh, that's something relevant. But I mean, we don't know a lot about women in the Marines. I mean, we know about
thanks
Sura
God.
and whoa. So what's that about, bro? What's that about? What's your problem with women?
Let's just leave it as shonen. Let's leave it a good shonen. I had
Very
enough
tough.
of Naruto. I had enough of Naruto. You know, it's just you know, it's hard cringing.
What? You feel like women shouldn't be strong? That's what you're saying?
No, at least make it make sense. At least give it a good story. Like after what Naruto did, man, I've been on the you know, very dark side of my head. Like, why do they always do this to our good shows? Like they always throw it down the toilet.
What happened in Naruto with women? I forget. What?
Probably
They got
talking about
Sakura, she
Sakura
got
being the worst character of all time.
and she got a superpower up just to keep the 3 signing going. Like they didn't have to keep it 3, just keep it 2, and the you know, follower. Just keep it like that.
Where you
Make it
don't
make
agree with
sense.
her power up because she was training with one of the signing? You don't think?
No, that 2-year training could no way in hell be able to keep up with somebody who already had more power than her from the beginning.
But she wasn't that great though. Anyway, like she still
Yeah.
wasn't on their level.
Yeah, she
needed
was strong,
something.
but she wasn't like Naruto and Sasuke.
But she's still not, man. Because Naruto and Sasuke are basically directly related to Kaguya Otsutsuki.
And that's what I'm saying. Why did they had her next to the 2 descendants of royal bloodline to a regular nobody who was able to use a crescent on her head to amplify her power to be able to walk next to 2 gods? It's just.
They were a part of.
Stop talking about it.
They're in the same.
I gotta sleep tonight. Let me just stop talking about this. Let's go back to.
Yeah, I don't think they were. She was never on their level though, so I don't see anything wrong with it. They were always clearly stronger than her.
No, not no more. She can heal from anything now. Based on One Piece Nation. No, she's super powerful. You know what you can say about chakra.
Alright, let's not. Let's stop with
Let me not.
bashing. Sanji. What do you guys think happens in the next chapter with Sanji?
He's gonna say yes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
say
put
yes.
past the man to say it. Like he's
Yes.
clearly infatuated with this girl, and I knew it was gonna happen like this. He's
Yeah, he thinks with his dick, not with his mind.
Yeah, that's a
He's
yes.
gonna say yes.
Indeed.
But then again, I blame the Okamas for this. I blame the Okamas for this because the
Yeah,
Okamas
super
fully
straight.
intensified Sanji's lust for women.
Yeah, it's true. Being trapped on that island was fucked up for him.
Like being chased
Sorry.
around.
I mean, Sanji was always like chasing skirts and stuff, but I
Not
can't.
to that extent, man.
I think it would be
No,
good character development for Sanji if he said no.
Do you guys think Purin is the 3-eyed girl?
Well, it is her. Like it threw me off myself. Like
I didn't know.
wait. It was it's the hair. She covered it up.
Yeah. She could have covered it up on
I mean,
purpose,
I
but
did see
no.
someone saying it could be like another one of Big Mom's daughters that just looks exactly the same.
Yeah, maybe all of them look very similar.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
said
don't
something.
think so. I don't think
I
so.
said something similar. Maybe the photo is just the front. Like it's not really her. Appearing some ugly bitch in the background.
What if the photo is from like 20 years ago?
Come on, bro.
It's made some ugly bitch waiting for him after he went through the outpost. Right. That once he lands, he's gonna see who really Purin is.
No, which one is like some photo from 20 years ago?
You think they put the okie doke? Like they gave the wrong
But if
picture?
it's like multiple people in the picture.
They're basically pulling Naruto Gaiden on Sanji right now. Right now, Sanji's Sarada Uchiha looking for his bride to be, but it's not there.
What? No, I do think, like Fruit said, if he turns it down, that would be good. Where it's like
He's gonna try and find a way to bring her along or some shit, just like he did with Violet. Like he's gonna be like, yo, I can't betray Luffy and them, but
Yeah.
I like this girl, so I'm gonna see what I can do here.
They're gonna
Try
have
and
like
rescue her, some bullshit like that.
a Sai situation. Like
Sai.
baby.
The thing is, like, the reason I
Yeah.
like Zoro's character so much is because he's like super loyal to Luffy.
Word.
Like, if Sanji just like accepts the marriage and fucks everything up, even if he does, they'll probably figure out a way. I don't know, just like fucking ruins his character for me.
Sanji
He
did
wouldn't.
say
Nah.
And
He
did
wouldn't straight
anybody
up just
see
do it
yesterday?
like that.
Did anybody see yesterday's anime? Why did they give Zoro the Sakura laugh? Did anybody see that?
No, I didn't.
Sakura laugh.
Where's the soccer?
Yeah. He laughed like the little girly. I said, oh no, they did.
Wait,
I said no, they did.
I don't remember. What?
you mean
Go
last
watch it again.
last
watch
night's
it again.
episode?
Yeah, last night.
No, I watched it.
Zoro, the
I don't
tough
watch
guy
like-
Zoro.
No, he gave a man's laughing voice, man. It was a man's laughing voice. It wasn't a woman's voice.
Yeah, I don't remember Zoro laughing like a woman.
Like I can see
Zoro did.
Robin laughing like that. Maybe it's Robin.
Zoro did the girl giggle. He was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, they just alike. They said the same thing." I said, "No, that's not
What?
Zoro's character. That's not Zoro's character." Oh,
Wow,
No,
I don't remember that at all.
watch it, please, please. You know what I'm talking about.
One said, "What if Sanji can't leave Big Mom because she's too beautiful?"
Big Mom Big Mom beautiful?
Yeah.
Cody is. He is.
Yeah, that's true. Out of Too Beautiful, I don't know about that one. I mean,
I wanna think Big Mom's like her devil food is kind of like how it's a reverse version of Alvida. How Alvida was ugly. She ate her devil food. She slimmed down and she became beautiful. I wanna
Yeah.
think her devil food's like that, where she eats too much, she becomes like an ugly fat bitch. But once she's used up her power, she slims down some pretty woman. Kind of like you see that. Remember that thing he had, like this daydream how Big Mom, he thought what she looked like on Fishman Island. He pictured some pretty girl, and Oda has done that constantly, where he makes Sanji dreams about something, or he puts something about Sanji, he turns it on as a gag, and later on it becomes reality.
I like the theory that I think One World made, or King of Lightning, where I think they said she got poisoned, so she got to keep eating to candy until that's why she needs Caesar. I like that theory. I forgot who made it though, but I like that.
Oh, well, you guys been trash talking my theories, huh?
Oh, he said he likes your theory, but your theories are trash, so he was joking.
Oh, no, he said my theories were good, man. What's your name?
Who, me?
Fourth
Yeah, what's your
son.
name? Fifth son?
Oh,
Wait, fifth
Kobe
son or
Brooke.
fourth son?
Just call me.
Fifth son.
oh
Just call me
god.
Brooke.
You're
Call
my
me
best
Brooke.
friend, man. You're my best friend, Brooke. Much better than Bravo Diaz over here who said Caesar loves giving out candy, so therefore he's a good character. Like, what? Yeah, I heard that.
One would be
okay.
here representing the Big Mom Fanboy Association.
Big
What?
man.
Repping them fat chicks.
Yeah, I don't understand Cody's infatuation with Big Mom, but
'Cause he's a fucking
What are
troll.
you talking about, man? You just gotta love a woman for her meat, you know?
you gotta love meat.
Yeah, you gotta have some meat on the bones, you know? No, dude.
Big Mom, the only person I could see Big Mom going with is probably Frankie. Frankie has no problem with big girls.
Frank,
Wait. Big, no, the correct word is big boned, alright?
It doesn't matter. Frankie has no problem smooching Big Mom.
She has a condition, alright? You can't judge her.
Yo, Frankie ex Big Mom. Forget the Robin part.
I think Frankie's like
I think Frankie
homosexual.
know Big Mom. I think he knows her.
If this is
he
a
was
real
in the
life
black
man,
market.
Frankie would be like a freaking flaming homosexual, alright? I don't think he'd
Yeah,
be
but-
going with anyone.
You think we'll ever get to see Frankie's parents?
I think we already did. No,
No, we don't. We
no,
didn't.
there was a really good theory. You know that theory about Luffy's parents being in the Revolutionaries, like
Yeah.
Dragon, and they saw Luffy's mom in the Revolutionaries. That one girl in the background, I think.
Yeah,
The
it was
Luffy
hype.
mom-
Yeah,
Well, the way it was worded, actually, Oda made it sound like it could have been like anybody's parents. I forgot the exact like words he said, but a lot of people confused the SBS. The quote, they thought he meant that Luffy's mom was in the Revolutionaries, but actually he said his mom was in the Revolutionaries because he put like a ellipsis before it. So if you actually look at the two people in the Revolutionaries in the background, they look like they were Frankie's parents because they look like they have like the same facial structure, the same hair, the same like clothing style as Frankie. So it was noted that they dropped Frankie off, so it's possible they left him for the revolution.
No, because they said quote that they were pirates and that Frankie was just messing around creating like Frankie battleships, and he kind of blew up some of their ships and just left them there, abandoned them.
Wait, what? Was that ever
Oh
stated?
yeah, we gotta read that over again.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever stated.
Yeah.
No, it was something like that. Like they
He destroyed
abandoned
his
him.
parent. No, they dropped him off when he was like. No, they said they dropped him off randomly. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
No,
that is
they,
true.
they
They did
left.
say
They
he was a
left him. They left him on the island on
He
water
didn't make Frankie. He
because
didn't make
Frankie
Frankie
was
battleships
messing
and
too much
destroy them.
with the gunpowder and shit. He was making Frankie shoguns, and they just left him. They had enough with Frankie.
What? That never happened.
Go read the chapter, bro.
Yeah,
Go
we
read the
gotta
chapter.
read
Water
it.
I
7.
read it like a week ago. I swear that didn't happen.
I don't recall that. No.
I don't think anyone recalls that.
I remember that one.
That's like headcanon right there.
Wait, yeah.
Oh
What
my
chapter?
God.
Do you remember that chapter that was that? That's-
I think it
237.
was 300 and something.
That's some good info. I don't remember.
I don't remember the exact chapter because I'm up to like 500 now.
Oh man.
Are you rereading it?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while though. I need to get back to rereading.
Yeah, that's a lot to read though. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm rereading One Piece as well. I'm on volume 44.
Yeah.
That's about where I was on. I think.
Maybe one day I'll get to it, but right now, rereading One Piece, that's just crazy. All right, so let's predictions for next chapter.
Big
This week.
Mom re-reveal. I'm calling it.
Who's revealed?
Re-reveal of Big Mom. We're gonna see her again.
Yeah, because we got Kaido. We have the whole thing with Blackbeard and Dragon. We got more info on that. So I imagine we'll get Big Mom next.
And maybe Shanks.
I think we get a full chapter of Shank.
I don't know. Shanks is kind of like that mystery character. Like
We're not getting any.
not really
Everything from
sure.
here on out is gonna be Big
Yeah.
Mom.
Rago. Rago,
Hey,
go on the One Piece Wikia. Look at Frankie's past. It's right there.
wait, link it? Did you link it?
Wait, what about Frankie's past?
Hmm?
What about his past?
It says right there that his parents just threw him off the pirate ship. Like,
Yeah,
just,
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
It could be a foreshadowing that.
No,
his
I don't think
parents
I
are,
said pirate
still
ship.
pirates.
no, you said you.
You were talking about Frankie Shoguns or something.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
were-
talking about. I'm telling you that he
You're
was
talking
making
about
Frankie
Battle Frankies. You're talking about
battleships.
Battle Frankies.
And they got sick of it too.
Yeah, they got sick of it and they just left him there. That's what Tom said. They
So
said
he was on his parents' pirate ship, and then he got some like parts put together a Frankie Shogun. And he
That's what you said. You said he was making Frankie Shoguns.
No, I said Frankie battleship.
no, you
Battle
said
Frankie.
Nah, you said Frankie Shoguns, man.
Oh, I meant Frankie.
Even Frankie battleships. That never happened.
If I said Shogun, if I said Shogun, sorry, I meant battleship. That's the one
That's
he was
still not
making.
true though.
Wait, he made Frankie battleships, and they kicked him off because
Yeah, well, basically because there's something about they kept exploding. Because if you remember in the anime and the manga, every time he made them,
That was after his parents.
something bad happened to them.
That was after, not before or while they were.
so
It was
they
on the ship.
abandoned him because he kept blowing stuff up.
Yeah, well, it says right there, when he was young, his parents, who were pirates, threw him off their ship into the ocean.
Do you think they'll come back into the story?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're probably dead.
There's
Well,
no-
we don't necessarily know that they were like they threw him out. Maybe they accidentally like dropped him off or something. Maybe he fell off their ship by
Well,
mistake.
they said that they were too irresponsible to keep care of his kids. They
yeah,
couldn't handle it
that's-
because he was a big handful or something.
yeah. It's also possible that because how did they know that? That's the thing.
Well, I think they kicked him off the ship when he was like, how old? Like 10 or 11?
Yeah. Because
Well, 'cause I forget who figured out that his parents did that. Was it Frankie? Because I don't remember how old he was when he was dropped off.
I don't know.
I don't remember that chat. Like I kind of remember it, but I know for a fact there weren't any Frankie battleships blowing up his parents' ships.
No, I'm just suggesting like that. Like they said he was too hyperactive and he was messing around with the ship. So I'm thinking that he was probably making too much, Frankie battleships. That's basically what he was doing every time. That's why he got into an argument with Iceberg.
I think he was way too young.
That's basically what you were interested in, just making Frankie battleships. Corrected, Frankie battleships. So
Too young
I
to
think
make
that's
those
why they
ships.
kicked him off.
Yeah, that was way too young.
Yeah, like he was probably at like 7 years old
He
max.
made the ships
No,
out of
I
like
re-
out of
yeah.
ship parts though. He didn't
He
have
made like real
parts.
shitty janky ass ships. I remember that, but I don't think that had anything to do with his parents.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with his parents. I think they just like didn't want him anymore or something, or they
Yeah, I
just
don't
threw
remember his
I think it was said that like they just threw him off or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm thinking that's basically that Frankie's must like he's impulsive and he likes to build shit. Like remember when after Nami got the scooter thing from Skypiea?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you guys.
He just went in that shit for no fucking reason, just messed it up.
All right, I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. All right, so where is it?
What is he doing?
All right. Here, I'm serious.
He's trolling.
No, I'm serious.
Yo, Doomsday 360
All right,
says
these are the two. This girl in the background is a lot of people thought that this was Luffy's mom, but look at these two people here and tell me that they don't resemble Frankie.
Who is it?
Oh, I'll link you. I'll link it real quick. I'm gonna put it in the. No, I'll put it in the group in the chat too.
Oh, I see it.
Oh yeah.
Those are the two people in the background. Look how much they look like Frankie.
Oh yeah, you even got the shirt.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Frankie. They look like they're together.
That could be one of his parents. Because I think all of the Straw Hat's parents will like become
Well, 'cause
relevant again.
The quote, or cause a lot of people were saying that Oda, the exact quote I forget, but he said something about someone asked about Luffy's parents, and Oda put Luffy's parents ... and he said, well, he was like, well, his parents will be revealed next chapter, and he worded it really weird. So basically, it could have been interpreted as someone else's parents, and in this volume was where these two people were shown.
Have you ever asked yourself the question, what does it take to be a revolutionary? Because Kuma himself, like, Kuma was a revolutionary, but it's kind of mixed with Kuma. I don't know if he was a pirate before, then he became a revolutionary, or did the pirate thing came after as a setup?
I mean, pirate in One Piece is kind of like a really broad term because, like, Mihawk's a pirate even though he doesn't even have a crew, or at least we don't think he has a crew. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I never thought about that shit.
Do you think they have like qualifiers? Do you think it's an application process?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of weird how they said in the Marine say he was a bloodthirsty pirate. That's what they said about Kuma.
I think as long as you wave a black flag, then you're considered a
in
pirate.
reality, he's a revolutionary in disguise. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think with the revolutionaries, as long as you're opposed to the world government, and you want to bring about change, and it's like they'll take you in. I mean, I'm sure some like vetting, like to kind of see your background. You could be like a spy or something, but I don't know.
There's a person in the chat that says, please donate to the Free Kid Foundation with your contributions. You can help prevent child abuse from Kaido.
He's gonna get drunk and abuse his kids.
Ooh, Kaido?
Yeah. He goes on those weird mood swings. Who knows what he'll do.
The only thing I might add on this, on that little quote, is that kid is not a kid.
Bro, Kid. I don't like Kid. I never even liked it before the whole Kaido thing.
So that's why you're saying he's trash, because you don't like him. It's not.
No, I mean, because even that's why I don't like him, because he is trash.
How is he trash?
Because okay, let me put it this way, all right? He's this character we see. He's got metal, he's got metal attracting abilities, all right?
All right.
Pretty cool. All right, whatever. It's nothing too amazing. So then they say basically that his bounty was gained through killing innocents. And it's like, okay, well, so that means he's not clearly resembled properly through his bounty. And then it's like, okay, but I could give him a chance. I could say maybe if he does some cool stuff, that maybe that could somehow level his strength a little bit. But all he does is start the story, just kill innocents, and doesn't really show off any real feats. And then now we just find out that he got one-shotted by Kaido, which all right, it's a Yonko, so it's understandable. He got hurt, but
yeah,
I don't know. He even had an alliance still backing him up. They couldn't even do a single scratch against Kaido.
Yeah, but you don't even know if he got one-shotted. That's all just insinuating.
Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, it's possible. I guess he got a few hits on Kaido, but I mean, I also think like it is kind of unfair though that there's that big of a gap because Kid shouldn't be like even though I'm not the biggest fan of Kid, I don't think he should be to the point where he should get one-shotted by at least is what has been insinuated is that Kaido just wrecked him hands down.
Yeah, but
I mean, he
Luffy lost against Crocodile 3 times or 2 times before he finally beat him the 3rd time.
It would have made no sense if Kid got out of that situation. It would have just
if you
completely
think about it this
destroyed.
way.
Well, that's why the whole Apu thing now kind of like I would rather the Apu thing because like that would actually make more sense if Apu just betrayed him and that's how Kid got got destroyed. Then again, Kaido might be capable of it. Like we don't know. Just one-shotting.
Yeah, I don't know how losing to Yonko, kind of it changes the perception of like the character because it's a Yonko, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like it's a Yonko, like
The strongest pirate on the seas.
It's a Yonko that we
well,
haven't
don't,
even seen.
like you said, we don't have a way to properly scale it just yet. Like we could say they're really, really strong. But
Oh
what does
no,
that
no,
mean?
okay, let me rephrase it. The strongest creature in the world.
Strongest creature. Okay, well, still doesn't mean much.
Really?
Because we don't. Okay, so what's a creature that we can like compare Kaido to? Maybe Zoe, I guess, but.
I mean, humans are technical creatures.
Yeah, that is true.
Nah, humans.
Kaido's stronger than Zoe, confirmed. Zoe's Yonko level, so Kaido's
Okay, yeah.
Pirate King level.
Yeah, I guess Kaido could take out Zoe. He's the strongest creature. No, but creature. It means non-human. In the dictionary definition, it says. Hold on, let me look it up. No, but it was even said that Kaido was not human. Tommy said he wasn't human.
Isn't he considered a thing?
He's considered a creature. Like he's not a human.
So you're saying that carries no weight?
What? What do you mean?
You're saying we have nothing to scale it and compare it to, so does that mean it carries no weight?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is like I feel like people sometimes will say he's Yonko, so therefore he's like freaking god level. Like Luffy can't even touch him. I don't think that's necessarily true.
So if
I mean, you said it yourself. Like, why would Oda make this character out to be? I mean, you said he wasn't his rival, but I mean, I don't have another word for it. Why would he make him Luffy's rival if he was just gonna be shit tier and like way weaker than Luffy?
No, I don't feel like Kid's really Luffy's rival.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is they're in the same tier as each other. They're all supernovas.
No, he's not. Luffy's not in the same tier as them.
you think
I mean,
Luffy,
technically, by that logic, Blackbeard was a supernova, so therefore, I guess he's rivals with all of them
Okay,
too.
but wait, is Blackbeard a
Just 'cause
supernova?
all that
I know.
supernova means is that they're newbies. They're basically brand new people in the new world. They're rookies, but rookies could be different in strength. Like you're saying, Jewelry Bonnie is rivals with Kid. Like
we don't know how strong Bonnie is.
okay, yeah, okay, all right. Bonnie's gonna get Kid. She's gonna.
But we don't know how strong Bonnie is, though.
Okay, I don't.
Is a woman? He's gonna assume she's
I
weak.
thought after the time skip they were no longer supernovas.
I mean, no,
they
that's
still
how-
are. I think Kaido just called them rookies.
Yeah, because after the time skip, like the whole supernova thing, it happened when they reached Sabaody, but after the time skip, there were other supernovas
Yeah,
that came
Well,
out.
Kaido still called them rookies, so like they're
Worst
kind of,
generation.
they're still.
They're
We're
worse.
still kind of rookies. But I don't know. I feel like the whole Kaido thing. I feel like Luffy kind of has to beat Kaido. Like people who say, "Oh, he's not gonna be able to even touch Kaido." Like
At this point, do you think he can beat Kaido?
not right away. Like right this second, if Kaido disappeared and started fighting Luffy, Luffy would probably, if Luffy went all out, he had 100% strength. He could probably fight Kaido for a decent amount of time, and then I feel like Luffy could put up a fight. But I think in the end Kaido would get the upper hand and then do what basically Crocodile did and use some like new power and then he just like crush Luffy.
Do you
with
think
that.
Luffy can put up a fight against Kaido right now?
Yeah, you could put up a fight.
Well, because if you think about it, like Kaido works on brute strength. Like we don't know his exact powers, but from what we've seen, he's going around with like this giant club. He's going around like whacking stuff. He feels like a brawler. Like correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but he seems like he's going to be on kind of in Luffy's like kind of spectrum of fighting style. He's going to be like a brawler. He's strength based. So I feel like that's kind of going to be a lot easier for Luffy to kind of scale up, and be able to fight him. So all it means really, like with Doflamingo, it's kind of tricky because even if Luffy got loads of strength, Doflamingo can just, use all these different strategies to kind of tire Luffy out and all this other crazy stuff. Right. But Kaido feels like he's going to be, brute strength. He's going to come in there, start trying to brawl and all that. So if Luffy can come up with a technique that can overpower Kaido in strength, or he finds out like some kind of weakness, maybe like he figured out the weakness with Crocodile with the water, so maybe Kaido has something similar that Luffy will use, and because Luffy always comes up with some kind of technique to overwhelm his opponents. Like with Magellan, he came up with the wax thing. Magellan was like whooping Luffy before. Then once he figured out like, hey, I can use wax, then it was like he could take Magellan.
I mean, I don't think Luffy's gonna beat Kaido one-on-one. There's no way.
So how do you think he's gonna do it?
I mean, at this moment with the.
But you say he gets help, but like, who's gonna get help from?
Law and Kid.
Yeah.
Law and Kid didn't do much earlier.
What do you mean? That's
Law
how
got wrecked by Doflamingo.
That's how he beat Doflamingo, because of Law.
Oh my god.
Law did most of the damage to Doflamingo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, okay. The team.
But I wonder if that's gonna work.
Okay, here's the thing. Even though I can understand your argument that Luffy is stronger than Doflamingo, but you also have to remember that people did as much damage to Luffy. The damage that Law did to Doflamingo, like Luffy already had him. I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah. They were basically Law put Luffy or Doflamingo on Luffy's damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't even damaged.
What?
That wasn't damaged at all. Like,
he had
spit a little blood, but he
had been using up his haki for 2 days straight. He had been fighting for 2 days straight. Probably, stamina was low. He didn't take any sort of critical injury, but against Bellamy he took some injury because he was getting whacked in the organs by freaking high-speed haki punches.
Bellamy, really?
What? Okay. So you're telling me, because it was already stated though, so I don't even need to like make this argument because Doflamingo pretty much stated right before Luffy used Gear 4th, he was like, Doflamingo said, and I can send you the page. He said that Luffy was half dead, and then Luffy said, "Oh, you are too." So it was pretty much confirmed right before Gear 4th that they were both on the same level of damage. You can argue, the specifics all you want, but it was stated.
Yeah, but that was only done by the Gamma Knife. The Gamma Knife did all the work.
Yeah, but Gamma Knife was then.
Every time you saw Doflamingo fighting Luffy, he's basically stringing his insides. Because if he does the wrong move, like the string breaks.
What? What?
Huh?
Okay, the thing with Doflamingo, he was probably in pain, but the fact that it was stitched up means he wasn't losing blood. All right. It wasn't like. It was basically turned from a critical injury to just an injury. Obviously he still had cuts and stuff. It was probably in pain, but. It ultimately
he stopped it from killing him.
Yeah, he stopped it from Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It went from life threatening to critical.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really critical.
What?
No. Okay, if Law just used the Gamma Knife, and Luffy wasn't there to then fight Doflamingo for a good while, I don't think it would have done anything. I think Doflamingo would have just healed after a day.
A day.
But the bigger thing is just the fact that without the Gamma Knife, Luffy would not. It probably wouldn't have gone that way, to be completely honest.
But if Luffy hadn't fought for 2 days straight and taken the damage from Bellamy,
of course.
If it was just 100% Luffy versus Doflamingo, I do feel like
he was using his haki to protect himself.
You gotta understand that even then, they were on the same level of damage. They were on the same level of stamina. Maybe even Luffy less stamina because Luffy had been using haki and stamina for 2 days straight. So
2 days? It was 1 day.
No. Punk Hazard was the day before, and he was using a lot of haki then too.
Punk Hazard had nothing. Punk Hazard had maybe 2-3 days of rest. It had nothing to do with him.
It took a day. No, it was within the same day. Punk Hazard.
All you could argue is his fights in the Coliseum before that.
Yeah, and the Coliseum too wore him down. Yeah, wore him out.
I wouldn't say anything about Punk Hazard. It just doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, Punk Hazard was I think Punk Hazard was only.
He didn't do anything with Punk Hazard.
Yeah. He used a lot of haki and stamina in Punk Hazard. They were running away from the freaking gas, and he was fighting Caesar with haki.
We got it.
I'm just throwing that into the equation. It's not a huge vital thing, but I'm just saying consider that as well.
Well, would you say that Zoro's stronger than Kid?
Yes.
What? Okay.
Wait, what?
So that
Zoro can cut mountains in half.
What is
All
that?
right.
You keep doing
Kid-
this. You keep...
Kid can create giant metal, like freaking metal arm, like I don't even know. How to...
Are you comparing Zoro to
He's gonna compare the General Metal Arm against Pika.
I'm trying to figure out where fucking he puts Kid in the power scale, and he said that.
I don't
Kid
even
is
know. Like
weaker
honestly,
than Zoro.
I'm not gonna say like exactly where Kid is, but I don't think of him very high.
Why is Kid even in the story then?
He's probably gonna play some kind of role. He's probably gonna be one of Luffy's, big allies. Maybe if he does end up allying. I'm not 100% with the whole ally thing, but I'm saying now with the whole being captured by.
You realize that Kid and Luffy are gonna fight once and throughout the series, right?
Yeah, probably. I think Kid would probably.
You think that's gonna be you think it's just gonna be a shit tier fight where Luffy stomps him in one punch? Like I don't understand why you're.
Well, because he's probably not gonna pull out bigger force against Kid
as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Comparing him to his pre-time slip form, even Law did cut mountains in half. Do you think Kid can do the same thing Law did?
I don't
Oh yeah, I thought you said you don't like
Yeah, that is
casting
true.
discussions.
Law cut entire Punk Hazard in half, like
pretty much.
That is true, but Zoro was doing it like without any effort. Zoro was literally he swung it like one single swing, and it was like
it was one swing too with Law.
No, Law, but he used all of his. He had to create a room the size of the island, which took up like all his stamina. Then he had.
So you're telling me Kid is weaker than Law?
Kid is weaker than Law.
Just because
I mean, because
you
got also different types of fighters. Because you got Marco. Marco couldn't cut an island in half either. But like,
are you saying Kid is
I
shit
think you're rating it because of the bounty man.
Well, maybe Marco could cut him out.
But using everything on like destructive power, like that's not everything there is to fight in.
But even in terms of speed, I think Zoro's better.
Then
he was able to stay on par with like CP9 and
that's
stuff.
why Zoro wouldn't be going against Kid. He'd be going against Killer.
Yeah, but
CP9.
Well, okay, that was the question though. Like, who's stronger, Zoro or Kid? That was the
Zoro's
question.
not beating Kid. No way.
What?
No way.
How would Kid beat Zoro? Like, I can't even imagine that playing out in my mind.
How would Kid?
His
Well,
magnetism.
then again, he does have metal. It would be a bad matchup. So like, he could just suck in the swords. So that would be a bad matchup. But
yeah.
What if he used Haki on his sword?
Okay, what about Sanji versus Kid?
Sanji versus Kid. I don't know how to really equate Sanji because I'm still kind of confused.
Cody, are you trolling?
No.
Frankie can beat Kid. Okay, I'm trolling. Don't kill me. Don't kick me.
Hey, bro,
No, man.
thanks for having me on, man. I gotta go.
I don't even. The
mean,
only
let's be
way
honest
you can
here.
even like Kid as a character is just because he was introduced alongside
What
Law.
What is setting up?
But
what
as
is
far as
setting
what
up-
he's accomplished, what he's done, what we can base him off of, he has like nothing at all.
There's super obvious matchups in Kid's crew for Luffy's crew, so like Oda's pretty much setting it up for them to fight. Like,
What?
so just that alone should show you that they're on par in strength.
But matchups don't mean like equality.
Yeah, but why would he set up fight matchups if they're just gonna not even be a fight?
Because if it's gonna be a good fight, there's gonna be a lot of build up, and I can't see a whole arc or build up around a Kid fight. Like we're fighting the Yonko now. Why would we go back to Kid level people?
Okay, well, what if Kid beats Shanks after the whole Kaido thing?
Alright, if that happens, then I'll freaking quit YouTube and
Really?
I'll say, you know what, Froob is right, I quit. And here you go, Froob, here's my channel.
If Kid beats Shanks, you'll put a shrine for it.
I'll make my whole channel a shrine for Fruit. Well, okay, if he beats him like 1v1, like not just Blackbeard takes out Shanks and then Kid, freaking stabs him like as he's down or something like that. That doesn't count.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, even if Kid did land in the last blow, it would still build up, like, his hatred for Kid for a fight.
Hatred for Kid?
Yeah. If Kid beat Shanks, it would build up Luffy's hatred for Kid.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, we don't have much time in the story left. Like, people are trying to overhype these like random characters. Are saying like, oh, Luffy needs to build up to fight Jack. He needs to get stronger so he can beat Jack. Or Kid's stronger than Luffy, or Kid's as strong as Luffy, and then Luffy's gonna need to fight Kid. It's like right now we have to deal with the Yonko. We have to get Luffy to a level within however much time of the story we have left. And only like a few arcs. We have to get Luffy to above Yonko level, Pirate King level.
Yep.
And people were like, oh, I don't think Luffy can even scratch Kaido. And I'm just like, what? How is that gonna work then? Because then what you're saying is, if Luffy's just gonna mess around with Kaido during the Wano arc or whatever, and he's gonna need all these people to come in and do some kind of friendship, fight happiness, freaking fairy tale style, and they all use friendship to defeat Kaido, And
Yeah,
then
but
it's the
okay.
next arc.
What
Then
about
Luffy's
this?
got to come up with some huge BS like ability to be able to go on Yonko level.
There's
out of
still
nowhere.
way more characters like left in the story. So today, if Luffy does team up to beat Kaido, then we still have other Yonkos. On top of we have CP0, which are probably aren't Yonko level, but they're probably like just below it because we know that CP0 clashed with Blackbeard.
Well, I can't see CP0 fighting with Luffy. They're more of like, because the thing is, the story has gone out to where it's not like everyone versus Luffy. It's like, the revolutionaries versus Blackbeard, and then CP0 getting involved, and then it's like with Kaido versus Kid. All these battles are going on off screen from the main characters.
But okay, yeah, we have.
So
I mean,
just
we have
because there's a lot of
CP0.
characters. What?
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, there's still a lot of characters that he can fight. There's CP0, other Yonko, and then there's also the Marine Admirals, and then...
Think about how much... Yeah, the Marine Admirals, I imagine, they'll come in. But, like, imagine how much, like, build-up you kind of need to have these characters be main antagonists. I'm sure he might fight, if he does fight Kid, I'm sure, it might just be, like a fight. I don't think it'll be a full-fledged life or death kind of situation, like, where it's just, like, all-out brawl. I don't think it'll be like
you're missing
Luffy
the point of
or
the
something
supernovas, because the point of the supernovas are supposed to be the next generation of pirates, like the next
No, they're like the
generation of
pawns right
pirates.
now. If anything, it's been described as the supernovas. When you're in the New World, you gotta either take out a Yonko or you work under a Yonko. All right, but I can't see how is Kid gonna take out a Yonko? Like I cannot.
No, but you have to listen to what I'm saying because they're all supposed to be in the same generation. Like Luffy, who in Luffy's generation, in Roger's generation, there was Roger, Whitebeard, Sheik, all those people. You think it's just going to be Luffy from his generation that's the only one that's going to be strong? No, there's going to be other monsters that were on his level. So right now we have Luffy and we have Blackbeard.
Yeah, Blackbeard.
The other ones are going to be people like Shanks or not Shanks, sorry.
I think
and
Shanks.
Kid.
But you even have people who like Black or Whitebeard who were there for a very, very long time. Like he's probably been strong ever since he was a rookie, So people like Shanks can still be if he's not killed by then, he could still be a Yonko of Luffy's generation because Shanks is still pretty young generally. You could still have people like that. Even Kaido doesn't seem that old.
Shanks is not in Luffy's generation. Shanks is in the.
No, I'm not saying he's in Luffy's generation. I'm saying I'm talking about the
Shanks
general
is basically Roger's generation.
Yonko,
it's the generation between Roger and Luffy.
But Shanks also wasn't part of Roger's generation, so he's gonna have to be part of Luffy's generation if he doesn't die.
No, there's one in between. It goes
one?
Roger and then Shanks and then Luffy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big Mom and stuff?
people from Shanks' generation are probably people like Kaido, Blackbeard. I don't know. It's hard to say because.
Well, I don't. Okay, but you're saying there's always been 4 Yonko, which I doubt is the case. Because you're saying now Kid's gonna come in, he's gonna be a Yonko, and then Law's gonna be a Yonko.
The name Yonko means 4
They're just gonna split up their land and be like, oh hey, we're Yonko now. Hey, it's gonna be because the Pirate King. There's not gonna be any other Yonko once Luffy's Pirate King, because Pirate King takes over all the other Yonko. When you're the Pirate King, there are no Yonko.
Up until that point, there's going to be other people that are just as strong as him until he overcomes.
Yeah, Blackbeard. I think it'll be.
But Blackbeard can't be the only person.
Yeah, he
What
can.
was
Whitebeard
when Roger was alive?
Or there could be 2 Nico? I don't know what it would be then, because Yonko means 4 kings, so it could just be Luffy and Blackbeard. Yeah, 4 emperors. Or it could be 2 emperors. There's no rule saying that automatically, Kid needs to take a position.
Yeah, that's true, but you're thinking of it too it's One Piece, it's a shonen, it's gonna be like that. They're not gonna blow our minds away with.
Wait, so Cody, you think Kid has
5
no
emperors now?
relevance towards the story as far as him and Luffy?
I mean, I think one of the case scenarios, which I think is kind of likely now, that he got captured, I could see Law and Kid working as allies for Luffy, because Whitebeard has a ton of allies, right? So maybe how he has the fleet, maybe he'll have ally. Because I think is Law actually I guess he's not part of Luffy's fleet. He's just an ally. So I think Luffy will have people who at the end of the series we're obviously gonna have some huge war that Oda referenced. So I think Kid and Law will be crucial parts of that, obviously. Then you got the fleet. Then you have probably the nations that Luffy helped out. They're probably gonna help out. So I think that's kind of what it's building towards. I don't think Oda's gonna take out all this time to build up Kid into a freaking Yonko level character or I'm not exactly sure what Fubu's trying to say, but like,
yes, Kid will be
are you
Yonko
saying
level.
are you saying he's going to become Yonko level, like
Yes.
become a Yonko?
He has to be. I
But
think
you see, then you'd have to develop him a lot. Like you gotta put so much time towards him to actually make that make sense. Like for a character to go from just this guy who goes around killing innocents, then getting wrecked by a Yonko, and
Well,
just like a few arcs later he just comes back and he's like, oh hey, I'm Yonko level now.
I mean, you have to realize that Wano's probably gonna get the law treatment for Kid to where we develop him into a character. That's important.
But it's already been like sort of set in stone that Law is weaker than Luffy. It's already been said.
Yeah, I mean, I agree,
So,
but
and I can also,
can't
so if
Kid
that's the
be-
case,
well, it's not,
I
it's not
see
that
Law and Kid as like probably both being weaker than Luffy.
I don't think so.
It was already stated that Law was weaker than Luffy, and it's been shown pretty much because Law only did he put an injury in Doflamingo, and then Luffy completely just annihilated him, and then Law even stated that Luffy took out Doflamingo when they tried to credit Law and be like, oh, you helped take out Doflamingo. He was like, no, Luffy did. Like he even said like almost as if he knew Luffy's stronger.
No, he didn't mean by that. He mean like he dealt the final blow.
Yeah.
No, he said Luffy took out Doflamingo. Like it wasn't. He didn't even try to credit himself.
But we know Luffy didn't by himself.
Because
I mean, it
Law's
wasn't-
not Law's not the type of guy that takes credit. Even though if he
Well,
he did a
technically now, I
team
guess
up,
if you
he's
want to
not-
play like that way, then
if he
technically
did a
Luffy
team
didn't
up with
take out
somebody,
Arlong.
he's not gonna go out and say, "Oh, I did it with Luffy. I did this with Luffy, and we took out this guy." He's gonna say, "Straw Hat did it." Remember when the slave thing in Sabaody, Luffy basically punched the world noble, and they
But,
freed all
okay.
the slaves. And then he told that big guy, John Bart, some guy like that, and he said, "Don't thank me, thank Straw Hat."
But that's every single arc. Okay, let me put it this way: Arlong, Luffy got help against Arlong because he felt Arlong tried to use the water to his advantage by putting Luffy there and.
Luffy, nobody helped Luffy against Arlong.
Yeah, Luffy fell into the water. Arlong threw
Well,
Luffy
they
in the
helped
water.
them. If you're
And
talking
then he
about
helped
one-on-one
Luffy out.
fight,
And then,
that
and then
fight
while
was
it
over.
happened, Zoro stalled Arlong for that time they were getting Luffy out. Does it sound familiar? The whole stalling with the Gear Fourth? Wow.
They did. No, the fight
Go fought
itself,
off
the
Doflamingo?
one-on-one fight itself, that's a standalone thing. They didn't help him against Arlong. They may have
Yeah, they
blocked
did.
him.
Zoro sat there and fought Arlong while Luffy was getting out of the water. While Luffy was
I've had
getting help
enough of-
out of the water.
I've had enough of the Luffy vs. Doflamingo in my life.
Alright, what was our original? Oh yeah, so about the Yonko.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the thing is like, I don't think you think about... Oh, wait, Braga, were you talking?
Yeah, we end this in like 5 minutes, so.
Alright. Well, the last thing I'm going to say is that I think you take the moments in the manga like too literally, and you don't think about like the reason why they're being put in the manga. Like, Oda's not putting in like 11 supernovas just for them all to be useless, and then Luffy just shits on them, and like then Luffy's
Oh no,
just
they're
like,
like pawns.
way more important. No, they're all going to be equally important. Not saying they're going to be equal.
So you're saying they're all gonna be Pirate King level by the end of the series?
No, let me finish. I don't think they're going to be all the same strength, but they're going to be equally important to the story and like how it plays out.
I mean,
Like,
Usopp
obviously,
is
someone like
important, but he's not-
Capone isn't like going to be that strong, but he's going to be important to the story.
Okay, all Supernova are their rookies. They're just, as Luffy was wrecking Impel Down and wrecking Marineford and...
Yes, I understand that, but
These
you have
characters
to,
came in and were like, oh hey, we're big pirates too. That's all it is. It's
out
not
of
like...
out of those rookies, a few of them are going to come out to shape the generation, and they're going to be the like legends of that generation.
They're saying Usopp's kid who was around killing innocents.
Yeah, but who else would be from Luffy's generation that's like around 20 years old and is an upcoming pirate that could be considered a legend?
I can only see Blackbeard, but then again, we don't know any other
Blackbeard.
characters that can be that strong.
I mean, if you think about it, Luffy is going to be like Roger, and then Law will probably be like something like kind of like Mihawk,
Yeah.
and then fucking I guess
Okay,
you could call Blackbeard
What exactly
Whitebeard.
says that they have to fit the mold of like the next generation?
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
that's how One Piece has been setting it up, though. Like, it's obvious parallels there, though.
yeah, exactly.
This parallels to a lot of things. Doesn't mean they're gonna happen.
What?
Okay, what was my point originally? I'm trying to remember what
I don't know.
Original point was basically
I
that.
was about to say something.
Do you think the patriarch of German 66 will be at Cake Island? I think maybe subordinates will be there.
Yeah.
I don't think the father's going to be there. If he is, that battle's probably going to be on some ship or something. Him against Sanji alone. Because I don't want Luffy to go ahead and one-shot the Patriarch.
No, Luffy's not one-shotting anybody at Cake Island.
Oh yeah, so okay, were we changing the subject? Because like, what I was about to say was like the whole thing. I don't know. The thing with Kid is that he's had zero hype behind him. He's just like another strong pirate, part of Luffy's generation. Luffy has basically he's raided 3 major government buildings. He's taken out several warlords. He's taken out CP9 successfully. I mean, he's done all this crazy stuff. Kid just went around killing innocents. Like, there's...
We don't know what else Kid did.
How's that? Oh,
what could he possibly do that would even amount to...
What I was saying is, like you said, we don't know what he did. It's not big enough. It's not on a large scale enough. The thing is, we just found out about that war with Blackbeard and Marco, which was a large-scale war. We just found out about it.
But, okay, if there was anything even close to significant, when people were talking about Kid, don't you think they would have brought it up? Like, instead of them just saying... Well, because when they brought up the bounty, they're like, "Whoa, Kid has a high bounty. Is he as strong as Luffy?" And they're like, "Oh no, people in the New World."
That's stuff for what Shocky knows.
Yo, pre-time skip.
You're like,
she knew Kid was doing stuff like cruel stuff because she knew that's how he got his bounty.
Okay, do you know what chapter that was?
It was proven true when he went around killing innocent people and then getting
she's saying he had a higher bounty than Luffy. That doesn't mean he's not strong.
He's also the only person from that generation that has 2 people in his bounties, or 2 people with bounties that were in the supernovas, whatever. You know what I mean? Like Luffy and Zoro were both supernovas, and then Kid and Killer were both supernovas.
I mean, that's kind of like why I don't really know what exactly to think of Kid, because right now, like, there's very little reason for me to think of Kid as being anywhere like near that strong, aside from just the whole foreshadowing thing you brought up. But the thing with foreshadowing, like, I'm not sure if that's exactly enough to say that he's gonna be.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. I always think about everything in terms of plot whenever I make any decision. Like, you don't like use previous things. Like, there's no point of like power scaling or anything like that because everything is always going to come into plot. Like at the end of the day.
Plot, the main characters always win. That's the plot. Like every shonen, pretty much.
Yeah, obviously the main character always wins, but it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Like, I'm one that believes that when Luffy and Kid fight the first time, Luffy's gonna take that L.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Luffy?
It may not happen, man.
No way. If Kid takes out Luffy, man.
It could be a fight that's
the thing
just
is,
hyping up, but it's not happening.
The only way I can see Kid taking out Luffy is if it's like the same thing with Buggy taking out Zoro with the surprise stab or whatever.
Okay, but really? On top of that, okay, another thing that you do want to roll a lot is that, like, you say, like, oh, Jack's Devil Fruit is trash because what can a mammoth do? But, like,
yeah,
you say the same thing about Kid.
Well,
like,
what can do? Didn't do much.
Kid's Devil Fruit is trash because all he can do is move around metal. But you're like, you don't realize that we've seen other people's Devil Fruits that look retarded but are extremely, like, overpowered. Like, Aku's Devil Fruit is, like, super good for, like, a swordsman. But, like, how could you ever guess that a giraffe would be a good zone?
Oh, but without we already saw though prior to his Devil Fruit that he was really strong. Jack, his Devil Fruit is pretty much useless as he's shown.
What I'm saying is you're saying that characters are weak just because they have retarded Devil Fruits.
All right, so what other reason is there to believe like Kid is strong? Like absolutely not.
I'd put it.
He's not even strong by himself. Like he's not a strong character. Like he can't do the kind of stuff where he can like like punch mountains out like. He's not like Garp. He doesn't have freaking god genetics.
Well, he's basically the Magneto of the series.
The thing is, how can we say that Kid is trash? It's like we look at Gear 4 like.
I don't think Kid's trash. I think
you have to realize.
You know that that's what I'm saying.
I say a lot of people are weaker than Luffy, but that doesn't mean they're trash.
You know that move that they used in Sabaody where Kid takes all the weapons and he makes a giant fist.
Yeah.
How is that any weaker than Gear 3rd?
It's not.
Gear 3rd can take out mountains.
No.
I'm pretty sure it can as well.
I'm sure it can.
Okay,
Just because you haven't seen it do shit doesn't mean it can.
No. Actually, it's the exact same thing as Gear 3rd. It's literally the exact same thing. It's a giant fist.
Exactly. Yeah, but you're taking already previously like you're taking metal that already like exists. Like Metal isn't gonna get stronger, but with Luffy, he can break through metal. Like he's already shown at the
Hey,
very
but you can still
break
put
the metal.
hockey around the metal, and
He
it's
is
not
stronger
anything.
than metal.
Okay, you are looking at it in the wrong
If you
way.
take, okay, let me put it this way: if Luffy hit Lucci with Gear Third, right? Lucci was using Iron Body, which is stronger than Iron. Luffy was able to break through that. It was like, no, it was stronger than Steel. All right. Kid's taking Steel. He could not hurt Lucci with that. And it's Steel.
We don't know how Kid's techniques have been upgraded. He's not going to stay the same. He's not going to have the same
Because
technique.
his abilities rely on, like, already, like, it relies on taking metal. All right. Metal doesn't get much stronger. All right. So if you take
Well, it's
metal,
magnetism, but
that's what I'm saying. Like Luffy right now, he can break through Steel. So if Lucci or if Kid tries to hit Luffy with metal, how Luffy can break through it? He's stronger than metal.
The thing is, he can put hockey around the metal, just like they said a second ago. Like it's very relative. Just like you're saying he's not like the greatest thing because we haven't seen him do shit. You can't say he's trash because you haven't seen him do shit yet. He's clearly.
I mean,
a
he
threat for a
got
reason.
wrecked. We have seen him do stuff. We saw him get wrecked. Like, and we
You
saw
didn't
him.
see him get wrecked. You just saw him wrecked.
Yeah, he got wrecked by Kaido. Kaido.
And it's fucking Kaido. That's the thing. It's fucking.
And he's been talked down to about his like bounty about him going around killing innocents. Like he hasn't done anything.
Hey, this is the exact scene I'm talking about, and the only thing the scene was trying to show you is that Kid has an ability that is on the level of Gear Third. That's exactly what this scene was trying to show you. Like that's why Oda put it in there.
But it's not the same level of Gear Third.
That's what he was trying to like. You don't interpret it yourself.
There's
what
already
Oda was trying to tell you.
a way to like level it, which I just showed, and I already proved to you
the
that
thing is, like, Cody, look at Luffy's Devil Fruit, right? And look at Kid's Devil Fruit. And if you have the option.
Here's the thing, like I don't even think Luffy's Devil Fruit is also trash, but Luffy by himself is very, very strong.
No,
Kid
but I'm
by
saying
himself
like
does not have that much strength. Like as
you have these two
we
characters.
saw him fight a pacifista, so when you say we haven't seen all of his power, we did see him fight a pacifista.
What?
Yeah, we saw them both fight.
Yeah, we saw him fight a pacifista. They needed Law's crew and Kid's crew to beat a pacifista.
Yeah, but they still
could beat it.
They still beat it with relative ease.
Relative ease?
Yeah.
They didn't beat it with ease, Fruit. They still had a hard time.
Yeah, but I'm saying is they beat them and they're like, oh, this guy was.
Relative ease would be like post time skip when they just like one shotted them.
No, but I'm saying like Luffy's crew beat them as well, but like it wasn't like they were both weak after it happened.
Oh man.
He needed two crews to take one down.
Cody, you troll.
So Bo Hancock is parking level because she took both pacifistas in 1 second.
Also, think about it this way.
Well, Hancock's pretty strong.
I'm not going to go into that.
No, I'm just saying, like, Luffy's fruit was trash when we first got introduced to it. Like, it was stupid. It was dumb.
Well, I never said because, like...
No, but I'm saying his fruit was stupid. Like, we like this rubber. What can you do with this?
Oh.
And you see how Oda is,
like... Kid by himself is weird, like, from what we've seen. Like, he doesn't have any sort of insane strength.
I mean, I know, okay,
I can't imagine him doing much.
I know it's a video game, and I know you guys are going to fucking yell at me for this, but even, like, in Burning Blood, like, when he has his ultimate where he, like, shoots that giant hand out and it, like, explodes, he's probably going to have something similar to that in, like, the actual story to where he can just, like, fucking throw around metal and it's going to be, like, super strong.
Yeah, you have a point. Like, Oda can just go grab any Marvel magazine and just take inspiration from Magneto or something like that. Kid can develop gears as well, just like as Luffy, how he like developed gears or something like that.
Is aluminum metal? That's metal, right?
Yeah.
And that's a part of the earth, right?
You trying to say Kid's an earthbender?
He could be.
And a bloodbender? Kid?
I'm just saying.
Has the Avatar
there's a
no
lot
meaning.
of possibilities out there.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you can't make a theory about what Kid's Devil Fruit is because Oda can do anything he wants with it.
Oh, yeah, I did make a video a while back saying Kid was gonna bloodbend. Yeah.
Who did that?
So you said that's why I was saying with the iron thing. Like Luffy has to pump blood to go to Gear Second and all this stuff. What if he disrupts that? Then Luffy can't do anything.
He can use Gear Third, which is stronger than Gear Second.
Oh, he already. What we saw, he has a move to combat that.
He's gonna combat Gear Third, which is
with his arm. He has a move to combat that.
I have to leave here, guys.
Even pre-time skip, it was stronger. So I mean, if you just scale, and plus he didn't have 2 years to train.
Who, Kid?
Yeah.
What did he have 2 years to do then?
What do you mean? He was doing shit for 2
around
years
in the
ago.
world, and clearly that didn't do him any good because he's just getting he got wrecked.
Real world experience, bro.
The thing is, though, people like try to overhype characters that they see.
Okay,
as cool, but
we
look
saw-
at Smoker, all right? Look at Smoker. Smoker got wrecked, like by freaking Doflamingo. I mean, Kid got wrecked by someone in the New World.
Wait.
I mean, all these characters keep getting wrecked.
It was after
I'm
fighting.
sure they'll have a purpose later on, which is what I'm saying. But you guys are just like, oh, Kid was set up to look like a rival, and now he's gonna become Yonko level.
He probably will be.
Will be Yonko.
On what basis, though? What basis? Just because he stood next to Luffy after Shibundi?
Yes, that's exactly
Yes.
why. Actually.
Oh my god. Alright, I guess Buggy's also gonna be Yonko level because he freaking
Could be. Buggy could be a Yonko as well.
Yeah.
Okay, look, no, I used to think like the same thing. I used to think the whole Yonko thing, but it's not easy to. You gotta like, first of all, you gotta amass all this land. You gotta.
Buggy's doing that.
Buggy? He's amassing land.
He's about to run the underground trade, underworld trade, whatever it's called.
No, but you don't be finished. All right, you have to amass all this land. You have to be strong enough to defend that land.
Well, nah.
And then if another Yonko has more land than you, then it's automatically imbalanced, and you have to take more land. The thing with the Yonkos, though, they're like balanced right now. There's like a huge balance of power. All right, there's 4. They're probably somewhere near evenly divided land. So in order to
I don't
actually,
know about the land.
the
thing.
only way you could really become a Yonko is basically be on like Blackbeard's level.
Look at
Be able to
Blackbeard. He doesn't
take
have.
Yeah, he had like 2 fruits. All right, he came in, took all the land, and the only reason he could really get land that fast is because he knew the land already. And it was not easy. It took him like 2 years to actually do it. He just got finished. So like, that's the thing.
What I'm saying.
Kid, he would have to take out a Yonko, right? He'd have to then take all the land. He'd have to be able to defend that land. And then what would be the point then? Like, then Luffy's got to become Pirate King. So
What if a Yonko falls? Blackbeard didn't take out the Yonko. I mean, that Yonko like went through all that. It's like,
no,
what if
he did take out the Yonko. I mean, it wasn't 100% fair, but he did take out the Whitebeard.
Whitebeard was gonna be. Whitebeard was dead anyway. He was,
Whitebeard was
No,
dead. He was
his
standing
crew
there
shot off
dead.
Whitebeard.
Hmm?
His crew shot off Blackbeard and did the final blow. You know.
Blackbeard gets the credit for taking out Whitebeard.
I mean, not fairly, but yeah.
Nah. Blackbeard
I mean,
just
what do they
stole-
all say? Blackbeard. They all said Blackbeard killed Whitebeard.
Blackbeard did 1% of fucking Whitebeard's health.
And he still did the finishing blow. He still killed him.
The one who took out Whitebeard is
I think
basically
the most
Akainu.
goes to probably Akainu.
Akainu, man. Akainu, he went through it.
I mean, but Whitebeard was already dying as soon as he got there. He
Listen,
was
man, this
already
is the best way I
25%.
can put it. Cody, I'll forgive you for being retarded if you teach me how to play Burning Blood.
All right. Well, I am, as you know, many people say, they do call me the master of disaster at Burning Blood.
There we go.
So I mean, if you ask politely, I may do it.
I'm about to hop on this after. But yeah. Final thoughts, guys.
Kid's
It
trash.
is going to be Yonko level.
It's trash. Yeah, I don't know. I think he should be Yonko level because I feel like he's comparable to Luffy in strength. And if Luffy ends up being, Pirate King level, and Cody, we disagree as far as Pirate King being like a huge gap between Pirate King and Yonko. I don't think it's that huge a gap.
No.
I don't think it's that huge a gap, bro.
No, Roger was stated to be the strongest pirate. He had the strongest crew. He was, in fact, the
Whitebeard was
strongest.
on
He
his
was
level though, and he was a Yonko.
Whitebeard?
Exactly.
No. Whitebeard. Roger was the strongest.
But they were comparable in strength. Like, they were rivals.
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 Roger
The manga said he was on his level.
Just because Roger
They didn't
had,
say he
like,
was on his level. They said he fought him. What was the
I don't
exact?
think he ever lost to Roger.
Yeah, I think
They
they
never
fought.
fought though. It was already
Yeah,
stated
but
that
it was
they were
also
roughly
it was
allies.
stated that I'm pretty sure it was stated that Whitebeard could have become Pirate King if he wanted to.
it was, in fact, stated.
Yeah.
After Roger died, only
Yeah,
after.
after
But
Roger
he could have
died.
become Pirate King. He was a
Yeah, they
Yonko.
said that
After he
Roger
died.
But
They said-
after, yeah, right. But he could become Pirate King.
Yeah, that just means that he was stronger
Yeah.
than
Also,
all.
you have to
After the
remember
boss
the
died.
concept of Pirate King is a one-off thing. It's not like there was a Pirate King before Roger. It's just like Roger became Pirate King. He amassed
Exactly.
everything.
He just became
So,
Pirate
like, it's
Roger
not
was
like
the strongest pirate, though. They said
This
Roger
is
had the
fought as
strongest crew.
equal.
They said
Fought as
Roger.
equals.
It was stated already. Roger had the strongest crew. So if you put Roger's crew against Whitebeard's crew, they said Roger's crew stronger. Roger's gonna win
He never took down Whitebeard.
because they were allies. Did you not see them freaking under the sakura trees? Freaking.
Because they sat together, they're allies.
They were allies the whole time. It wasn't already stated.
No, they were rivals at a certain point.
They're rivals.
They
I believe
laughed
that,
against
each other.
It's like they were
I
just.
believe that Whitebeard took a few L's from Roger too.
When?
Whitebeard said it himself. Like when Shanks came to give him the sake, he said that Like his chest hurts because all the scars Roger gave him years ago.
That's the L?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, yeah, they probably fought once or twice beforehand, but
They fought a
you
few
gotta-
times.
there
He
were
said
several-
he
there were
needed
several
scars on
scars
his body.
there were several journeys. But at the end, Roger came out the strongest. Like that's
Yes.
the bottom
Well,
line.
Whitebeard didn't
Yeah.
want to become Pirate King.
Yeah,
No, because he couldn't
but he was
become Pirate
Roger
King.
was
I
still
don't
the
think
strongest.
I think he
Look.
didn't want to.
Whitebeard
Roger
is
was still
definitely
the strongest, so they
comparable
already
to
said Roger
Roger.
the
I'm
strongest,
sorry. Like,
everything.
it's different if you say someone like Shiki. Like, Shiki's nowhere near Roger's level as far as I know.
Yeah, Shiki was just
But,
like
Whitebeard was definitely damn near close to Roger's level. That's all I can say.
the thing is like there
So-
were several points. Like you had like their prime. All right, you had like several different journeys Roger made. The first one was like finding out about the poneglyphs. Then you have the second one where he actually became Pirate King. So like we don't know exactly how their power levels worked out then because you could say at the beginning of the series that maybe Buggy was kind of close to Luffy in strength and then now he's like way above Buggy. So you don't know how the power levels could have changed. Maybe when they said that Roger and Whitebeard were on par, that could have just been early on and then it could have changed later on, which was proven by them saying that Roger had the strongest crew.
Strongest man in the world? Really?
What?
I think Rayleigh could have beat Whitebeard, in my opinion.
Stop it.
Whitebeard was the strongest man in the world after.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right, we're not going anywhere with this.
Stop
It's
it.
not-
Rayleigh's not beating Whitebeard.
Rayleigh's beating Whitebeard.
Wait, what did he say?
That Rayleigh could beat Whitebeard.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe. You don't know. You don't know, Bronco. What do you have to prove that? What do you have to
Maybe we don't know. Because
I think it'd be a
because
great
Roger
fight.
I don't know.
At no
Whitebeard,
point has it ever
Whitebeard
been.
was much older than Roger.
At no point ever mentioned that Rayleigh.
Bronco, we don't know what Rayleigh did. We don't know what Rayleigh
No,
did.
man,
We
no
don't
point
know.
was ever mentioned that Rayleigh's strong as Roger. Whitebeard has been mentioned as that. And obviously the captain is going to be stronger than the vice captain.
But how much though? A lot of people say that Luffy and Zoro were on par.
They're on
Exactly.
they're on
not.
par.
Yeah,
but
we don't know. Maybe
Luffy's not-
Rayleigh was like
Luffy's
1% less than Roger.
Is Luffy stronger than Zoro?
Way stronger.
Who's stronger than
Double.
Zoro?
Exactly. They proved my
Wait,
point.
I didn't hear you. No, I didn't hear you.
Is Luffy stronger than Zoro?
Yeah.
Luffy stronger than Zoro?
Based-
I'm just saying. Like I don't. I mean, I
Based
Based
on
on
cut to Lucas'
something,
rubber.
Luffy stronger than Zoro?
The swords can cut to Lucas' rubber.
Based on
we don't know,
69,
man.
yes.
Maybe.
We don't know. We don't know.
That's
for sure.
debatable.
Based on
Well,
69,
I
yes.
personally think Luffy is stronger than Zoro.
So how can we? Then what's the argument here?
I was saying, well, I'm just saying, like in general, anything's possible, Bronco. You don't know. We don't know.
That's never a good argument.
Yeah.
That's what you said before with Kid.
Well, I think
Not what I
Kid.
said.
Yeah, you said we don't know what he did prior, man. We
About
don't
Kid
know.
having.
We don't know who
Why
took
you
out.
saying
Maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was. Yeah, I think that was other people, but I don't know.
I heard something about Kid having some type of magnetic powers to throw his arm and explode stuff.
Wait,
What?
Wait, what's
No,
that
that
say?
was. I was talking about burning blood. I was just saying like an example of how he could use his power.
Okay, can you guys see Zoro beating a King Kong gun?
a King Kong gun?
Yeah, can you
No.
see Zoro beating that?
No.
No,
I mean,
like,
He
I
tanked
don't
Kuma's
think-
attack.
The
And,
thing is,
yeah, that's the argument. That's a good argument. Yeah.
that takes a lot of setup.
What?
Kid not,
What do you mean set up?
Kid not beating it. Kid is not beating it.
Because when I saw it,
It's definitely not beating a King
I had a
Kong.
different.
King
I
Kong
had a
gun
feeling
would
towards it.
annihilate Kid.
No. The different.
What's some scrap metal gonna do against the King Kong gun?
Exactly.
No, but the
Scrap
thing
metal
is,
with hockey.
I don't think everybody's gonna.
Oh yeah, just slap some hockey on some metal. Look what good it did Doflamingo condensing his strongest hockey and his strongest strings into it.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
it's strings. We're
And then
talking about
attack,
strings here.
and then throwing it out there and getting absolutely demolished
Luffy was
by
at
King
an
Kong.
advantage off the bat because Luffy was coming down with all that weight.
Oh, he was a balloon.
Oh,
He's a balloon. What do you mean? That's like so.
What?
That'd be like throwing a balloon in the air and then punching it and then losing to the balloon and saying, "Well, it was higher than me."
He did. He did not have an advantage.
What?
All right, I think we need to end this stream.
No, did he not have an advantage?
Okay, but Crocodile had the advantage when he was fighting when Luffy was fighting Crocodile because Luffy was coming up, but he's still snapping through the hole.
No. I'm talking about him versus Doflamingo with that move. Did he not have an
I
advantage?
hate power scaling.
So you talking about somebody who's an air fighter versus somebody who's a ground fighter? You mean tell me Luffy had the upper hand against Luffy?
No, Luffy was above Dofi. Dofi was going up in the air. Luffy's coming down.
But Doflamingo let that happen, you know.
Luffy's
No,
called
he
Sky
made
Doflamingo
Demon.
thought he would do better on the
by
ground.
the advantage.
Doflamingo thought he'd do better though lower, because why didn't he just get above him?
Yeah, he's called the Sky Demon.
Exactly. That's why I made it so upset that Luffy was above him.
Bro, that's literally the weakest argument ever. I'm not even trying to be mean, bro. I'm not even trying to be mean. Come on, man. You gotta think of a better argument.
Wait, is it not true?
No.
Wait, so he
No,
did
it's
not
not
have the
true.
advantage?
No.
Okay,
Louis
he's
had no
higher.
advantage.
So what? Like, what does that mean?
Somebody who learned.
No, okay.
He's a balloon. He floats. He's like that.
So listen. So if I'm going up, right? I'm gonna break this down. I'm going up, and you're coming down. Who has more?
Okay. Let me give you this. Okay, Doflamingo has the advantage because he's got spiky stuff, and Luffy's a balloon. You know.
What?
He's got pointy strings. Luffy's a balloon, so therefore there's
No. That has hockey involved.
Hockey.
Yeah, but he's still a balloon.
In a
The
way,
strings are thicker.
a hockey cover balloon.
Yeah, I mean there was some hockey around there. But
This
think
is
about it.
both
You
of
got
them have
dense
hockey.
strings. All right, you got dense strings.
No, this
with
is
hockey.
this.
It's
Come
like,
on, bro. Laws of gravity. Come on. Like, stop.
Both of them have hockey, and Doflamingo's older than Luffy. Doflamingo know how to fight better. In the
Oh,
sky.
yeah, that's true,
That's
Brago. What are you gonna say
so
about
the
that?
side
What about
movement.
wait? Doflamingo is older. What does that mean?
He's
I'm
got
talking
more
about
experience.
his experience being in the sky fighting. I know
And
that's
he's-
not his first time.
What does
doing
that have
it.
to do with gravity?
Okay, hold on. But Doflamingo's also a he's like a ranged fighter, which is not Luffy's suit, fighting style. You know.
Do you think actually
the
the laws of
disadvantage
physics works in
of
One Piece?
the whole being up in the air because that's not Luffy's style either. He's a ground fighter, like what the son said.
You said what?
And he uses strings which are sharp. Yeah, Luffy using balloon
What's that?
attacks,
I hear background.
which are not sharp. And they're able to be popped. A lot of disadvantages, Brago.
I hear background noise. Who's that?
I think Dofi had the Avengers man.
Wait. What? I just
Because
explained.
But you gotta
Doflamingo,
understand, it wasn't
it's
like Doflamingo punching Luffy it wasn't like they were punching each other because then we could say Luffy had the advantage. Doflamingo was using like strings from the ground that were coming
it's
up. Like,
objects. Exactly.
yeah, he had like
Objects.
strings coming up like at a very high speed, and all Luffy had was like he was up in the air. Luffy didn't even have any like momentum. Like he was.
How did
straight up
he
flying.
jump up in the air and then
Have you
came
ever
down?
studied gravity before?
Thank.
What?
So you
Gravity.
basing the whole fight
Yeah,
on
but
gravity.
okay,
You
you
basing
can't
the whole fight on
use gravity
Come on, man.
as an argument against balloons.
He's not
That's
a
basically
balloon.
because gravity.
He's a balloon. What are you talking about? If he was heavier than if he was heavier than that, how could he
It
possibly?
wasn't about him being heavier. It's basically the force of it. The gravity when he was coming in.
Okay, but Doflamingo, you gotta understand, he had
Doflamingo's strings.
was able to build.
So let me
momentum from the ground.
debunk the gravity bullshit. You remember when Crocodile and Luffy was fighting? Who had the gravity upper hand? Crocodile, and Luffy
Crocodile,
still beat
because he
him.
could fly with his hand.
And Luffy still beat him. Crocodile had the upper hand, and Luffy was coming up from the ground.
Crocodile
Luffy
had
still
mobility.
won. It had nothing to do with the gravity whatsoever.
Wait.
Luffy beat him because he's
Okay,
stronger.
you know what? Let's just let's break out a physics chart. Actually, let's actually measure the whole like
Are we really gonna
get down and dirty with
We're
the measurements and all
we're
that.
gonna go with gravity. Just say
Wait.
got beat.
So wait. So do we know the laws of gravity?
We're going with gravity. Look, stop going with gravity. We could
No.
go back to
He was got the
Crocodile.
advantage against everybody because he could just come down with gravity. You know?
You said what? No. What I'm saying is.
Who did you reckon
my
he
point
was?
in the
was-
background?
No, my point was that Luffy, that move, it looked more
Gravity didn't work
destructive
against
than it
Zoro
really
when Zoro
was.
was pushed into the ground with gravity.
You said
But he's
what?
just eating in the background, just chilling.
Zoro was pushed into the ground with gravity. So I guess that was an unfair advantage.
You could say
Had the gravity.
Zoro pushed back with his own version, got rid of it. But the way I said was Luffy was coming down like a meteorite. You got gravity plus
A balloon
speed.
meteorite.
There was no way Doflamingo was gonna walk away from that.
Well, okay, hold on, let me put it this way.
So what about Crocodile?
Doflamingo
What about the
had
Crocodile
strings
versus Luffy?
coming with momentum from the ground, alright? They had momentum. Luffy flew up.
If you
And
saw
he
the anime version,
He's a balloon.
remember what happened to Luffy's legs? They were like rocket jets
Wait,
or
who
something. Like the force couldn't, like Doflamingo couldn't handle it anymore. Like it was like rocket jets. Basically,
So you're
the
saying-
force coming down with gravity. Like
Yeah.
Doflamingo was
Okay,
gone.
you're saying
Elastic
he would have
force.
lost. You're saying he would have lost if Doflamingo was higher.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he had.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying he had the advantage.
Brago.
Oh my god.
Brago.
Yeah.
What about
Oh
the
my
fight
God.
with Luffy versus Crocodile? Crocodile had the upper hand, so he had gravity on his
mobility.
side.
Yeah, and Luffy was
Luffy
poisoned too.
didn't. And and Luffy didn't. How did Luffy win that fight based on what you saying and from saying on gravity? Based on what y'all saying, how did Luffy win that fight?
So Luffy Luffy versus Crocodile, that's a totally different fight. The variables are different. Everything is different.
Wait, but you're saying that Crocodile should have
goodness.
won because he had the gravity.
This move with the King Kong gun, this is a heavy punch. This is a heavy punch coming.
A balloon.
Completely different ability from Crocodile Sand.
Can you stop saying?
You mean to tell me Doflamingo's 16 golly strings, something that could probably pierce through iron? You mean to tell me that attack is not strong against
Look at Pirate King.
No, we can't talk about that. We don't know Haki.
Look at Pirate King Buggy eating popcorn.
Let him chill.
So are you saying 16 golly strings are weak, Brago?
I never said it was weak, but it's like we're talking about piercing metal. It's like we don't know.
That just sounds like something you just came up with randomly. I think I was there when you did like the live reaction. You were like watching the episode. You were like, "Well, there's gravity involved. That's unfair."
Wait, is gravity not involved?
When Oda was writing this, I feel like this is how you imagined happened. Like how it happened. Like Oda sitting there, like, all right, King Kong gun. Oh wait, I gotta get out my my protractor real quick. Let me make sure the angle, the gravity, everything's really good so that I can make Luffy win. It was just the way it was set up. It wouldn't have looked good if it was from a side angle.
Did he not have an advantage? Yes or no?
No.
No?
Because he's a balloon.
So are you saying Luffy had an advantage over Doflamingo in the whole fight?
Oh, hold on. What about you? You measured gravity, but in terms of physics, you didn't measure the what's it called?
What did we measure?
I'm trying to remember the name. I can look it up.
What are y'all talking about?
What are you guys talking about?
You lost it.
Yeah, this is.
I'm going.
We gotta remember the
yeah. On that note,
we gotta measure the wind speed. You gotta remember like the air slowing him down too. You gotta remember the air like when he's a balloon. There's a lot more volume, and he doesn't have a whole bunch of mass behind it. So when it's coming down, the wind is gonna press against it. It's gonna stop it. It's gonna stop the momentum a little bit. So actually, Doflamingo had the advantage because he had strings which are aerodynamic. All right, they're coming at the wind's going around it like like an airplane.
They're going against gravity, right?
Yeah, no. Luffy's a balloon. The wind is pressing against it. It's a flat object. It's gonna slow it down. So when the strings are coming up, it's like soaring right through the wind. It's not stopping it. It's like a submarine going through water.
Now you're trolling.
No, man, you're trolling because you're bringing up freaking physics into a.
Now you're trolling.
This is anime logic.
Wait, we're talking about.
No matter how you saw it, man, you could say Luffy was a rocket coming down on him or a fucking compressed tire. It doesn't matter, man.
But that's not fair. Then how can you bring in gravity and I try to bring in like other factors of physics and you're like, oh, you're going too far.
Like it's high ground has the advantage every time. Like
no, that's not.
I'm surprised Brago think that Doflamingo's strings are weak.
When did I say the strings are weak? I never said that.
Because you basing the whole fight on gravity. Like I can't picture that.
Whoa.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's the thing too. When we're
my statement was Luffy had the advantage because he was going down. That was my statement, and you guys are saying no. It was equal. He was going up. How did that? That doesn't even make sense.
No, because it's a balloon. Okay, balloons don't get as affected by gravity. All right. So that'd be like saying if I throw a balloon up in the air and try to punch it and I lose the balloon, that the balloon had the advantage, so therefore it's unfair.
Oh my god.
So hold on. So based on that, Brago, we've seen how Doflamingo strung.
The what?
Hold up, Brago, you hear me? You hear me?
Okay, actually, yeah, the strings had the advantage too, because like I said, they're not going against the wind. They're not going against the air. They're going. It's like it's in that sort of pointed shape, so it's gonna be really smooth against the wind. But like Luffy's giant fist, which is going against it because it's the surface area is a lot bigger. All right, it's gonna be slowed down by the air. All right.
So all right.
And also, Luffy was in the air, so he had to blow off his arm.
He had what?
He had to blow up his arm.
What does that mean?
So all that time he was in the air, he lost a lot of gravity and force
still
from
coming
his
down.
side.
Oh, Bronco, I got the ultimate trump card. All right, I got out my physics book. All right, so if we take W cosine theta, all right. Basically, theta would equal to yeah. What would we? I think that's wind pressure. Yeah, I think that's yeah. All right, and then we got L squared. No, 1/3 L squared. My bad. So L squared would be.
On that note, we're gonna end the stream here.
Gravity. All right. So,
I appreciate you guys coming through.
You should never say gravity. Why did you say gravity?
I tried to explain the laws of gravity to these gentlemen.
Well,
You
that
can't
would,
use
I'll explain
gravity
the law
in
of
this
gravity
fight.
right now. I got the
that will
equation
be
now.
explained in probably One World's stream next stream.
Yeah. They don't understand what I'm saying.
The next
Part
time
3
I'll
will
have
be
my
in One
stream
World's next stream.
and
Hopefully, one day they understand.
So if you're using gravity,
One
if you're
day.
using
that'll be
gravity in this
doomsday,
basis,
Bronco. That'll be
you have to
doomsday.
use gravity in every fight. If you're using it in this basis,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's not the first time Luffy fought somebody on unequal terms.
Oh,
What does that
technically,
do with this fight though? They like
technically, Sanji had the advantage against Doflamingo because when you know he was above Doflamingo, right? So that was unfair.
what?
That was
Clearly,
unfair,
it was
man.
unfair because Doflamingo had the upper hand. Clearly,
You know, these are one of these topics where if you're a fanboy, it's like you never decide no matter what.
What do you think you're fanboying over Doflamingo? You're saying
I'm not fanboying over
because gravity now
Bronco,
the
can
fight's
you this?
unfair. We
That
gotta,
just
like,
makes
throw
sense.
anything else.
If I'm coming down, you're coming upwards. I have the advantage.
No, but you're not mentioning the other factors. I brought out a
No,
physics
Cole, you're
equation,
trolling.
right?
You're trolling.
You're trolling.
Yeah,
man.
that's
You're bringing
right.
out physics. You brought out physics, and I finished you with physics. You lost your own argument.
Yeah, it's time. Yo, thank you guys for watching the stream. Like it was definitely trolling at the
Do
end.
a Keemstar outro.
Huh?
Do a Keemstar outro.
Nah, I don't do that, bro. But nah, yo, I thank you guys for coming through though. I appreciate it.
So what are you gonna name the title of this